so we have to be careful, especially when in the camp. The one week yesterday, I mean, it be so heavy, and people then for I spend time to think about the one who they live in an MB slum area, and how waiting what happened to them. But I remember some years back, the then APC, I think, they give people then we live in a B land na mile 6, but because of the activities that we don't know, they engage in themselves at a particular side in the country, then therefore return back. Some even sell the land. I mean, so you can imagine, say people. Well, governments at some point you want to believe say governments themselves they play their own parts, but we say get for change we attitude. We don't need for settle for everything because of this is comfortable for us on how we make money or whatever, but it is risky to choose the money out of our own life. Sometimes we have to be careful with which they do, because life is very much important. If you dinner in area then they with some area, honestly, if you go the way in the camp, you need to get a good focus. That's the sad reality. But people, thousands of people in the living area then they. So it's high time we have to think about life. I know money is important, but I mean we have to look at your life first and see that where you get life hopefully. So this is the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM. You can watch me live on our Facebook page at Epic Radio 99.3, and also you on YouTube at Epic Radio 99.3. You can listen to me through Choice FM and now this thing part of Freetown Radio Garden, and also Zimi Radio Safe, the one with the provincial part of the country. So today don't be Thursday, the 16th day of July 2026, and me now I will start continuously. And don't forget to the Epic Morning Show. Now it's our 30 minutes program. We thoughtfully divided into two interactive segments. And the first segment of the Epic Morning Show, bringing guests to discuss on critical issues, we demand critical answers. And the second segment of the Epic Morning Show with Mariam Professor George will give you the front pages of our newspapers, and also bringing analysts to analyze and break down the major story that will be making the headlines this morning. So stay tuned, no go no way, keep coming for the next 2 hours 30 minutes. Stay tuned. Alright, welcome back to the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM, Radio Garden, Choice FM, our Facebook Live page, and also our YouTube page. I mean, you can stream through Epic Radio 99.3 FM. So our message for this morning, I mean, if you don't wake up from your bed, you just join me to listen to the Epic Morning Show. I mean, careful with other you dey tell your secret, or know who that you dey tell your secret, because your best friend get another best friend, so you are not safe. So careful, or choose the one where you tell your secret. It's important because you never know. I mean, who that person will tell, who that himself could go tell about what they go wrong with you. Stay tuned, be wise. Today, the 16th day of July 2026.
For Zion is the only place, no sin cannot enter there. Sunday morning comes, you may see them running to church with the Bible when they reach inside the church. All they do, they will sit at the corner and just watch my people, the way they enter the church. And when they run down the street, can't look them, they begin to gossip my people. Yeah, they talk about the food we eat, oh, they talk about the shoes we wear, And they talk about the clothes we wear. Some of them gossip that pastors what a dirty thing. They talk about your members. They talk about the clothes we wear. And I say, tell me how could you be a Christian when you fall
OneX, your game has no limits. In OneX game section, you'll find hits, crash, burning hot, crystal, western slot. Each game is a separate world with real winnings. Play on website or in the app. Visit the onexbet.sl and use a SL126 promo code to get a 200% bonus up to 2,800 Sierra Leonean Leones. OneX Games, a world of games, wherever you are.
Alright, welcome to the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM and of course Radio Garden, Choice FM, not the eastern part of Freetongue, and also for Facebook. I mean, you will just join me on Facebook. I mean, good morning, and we also encourage you for a drop your comment on our topic of discussion because it's very much important, and we will gladly, I mean, for read them out because on our contribution means a lot, and also on our YouTube page, very much important. Keep dropping your comment, and if you don't know the page, well, at Epic Radio 99.3 FM. So we got important topic for discuss in the program this morning. I mean, we can look at, I mean, veterinary interpretation of discontinuation of the former president, Dr. Ernest by Koroma, in case. Waiting this mean discontinuation. I mean, waiting at the legal interpretation of discontinuation. So now that we can look at in the show this morning, and stay tuned. I mean, we'll go for a short break and we'll come back. We'll go deep into our topic of discussion. Stay tuned.
No wicked man won't see my God. Neither shall you walk up on the streets of gold. No, 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 no. For Zion is the only place. No sin cannot enter there. Sunday morning comes, you may see them running to church with the Bible when they reach inside the church. All they do, they will sit at the corner and just watch my people, the way they enter the church. And when they run down the street, can't look them, they begin to gossip my people. Yes, they talk about the food we eat. Oh, they talk about the shoes we wear. And they talk about the clothes we wear. Some of them gossip that pastors what a dirty thing. They talk about their members. They talk about the clothes we wear. And I say, tell me how could you be a Christian when you're full of these evil things in your mind? See them with a coat, going to church. See them with a gun, going to mouth. When you want them in the faces, lies no love. Try them in the heart, lies no peace. See them in the daytime, they my human being. You want them in the night time, they my vampire. Tell me how could you be a Christian when you're full of these evil things in your mind?
Judge man, I said unto my prophet, no harm.
No, 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 no.
And judge know that you may not be judged.
My God, that's the one that's a talent.
And the same measure you use, we follow you.
True.
The evil last men do, we live after them.
It will surely run after you.
And so beware of the evil things you do, my brother.
And when you try to read the top, wicked men will try to bring you down. And when I try to reach the top, wicked men will try to bring you down. And when you try to reach the top, I said they will try to bring you down. Then go the shake, the melt. And when you see them kind of church Sunday, sit down in the corner, Coco and Peter, I see them time. Then all they listen to what in the Bible says. So hypocrite and parasite, white it and black cat. Now so the time, see them in the daytime, human beings, but them in the night time, vampire, sucking the flesh of the innocent man. They talk about their members. They talk about the clothes we wear. And I say, tell me how could you be a Christian when you're full of these evil things in your mind? See them with a coat, going to church. See them with a gun, going to mouth. When you want them in the places, lies no love.
All right, so welcome back to the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM and on our Facebook live page at Epic Radio 99.3 FM and also YouTube, Epic Radio 99.3 FM and also Choice FM, that is in part of Ritong, and Zimi Radio, that's of course the one that we the another provinces. So as I say, we look at the legal interpretation, of discontinuation, and that has to do with the case of Dr. Ernest by Koroma. So now that basically we can look at in the show this morning. So remember all this start from 2023 November 26. It was on a Sunday morning. I remember that day I wake up at around 4 a.m. in the morning, 4 to 5 a.m. in the morning, and get plenty calls. People were calling, and when I wake up, waiting for it was a gunshot, and I was shocked. Like, outside in this country, where people are gone at them particular point in time and day. So issues them happen. Prison break, people escape from the Pademba Road prison. A lot of things happen and gone through. I remember somebody tell me they are on the APC office and a lot of things happen around that side. Lives, people then be die. Military man, them policeman, and you name it. People then be lost their lives. So fast forward, government be described as a failed attempted coup. Fast forward to January of 2024, the government will file charges against the former president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Ernest by Koroma, for treason and misprision of treason. Legal people in Sekoka explain what in that exactly mean. So 2 weeks, probably the 17th of January, in legal team, we therefore try for ask for a bail because of the former president nobody feel well. Ask for a medical bail so that he will go on medical, and the law or the court, began some medical bail, and then began about 90 days. For go and do a medical checkup and whatever, and return back to the country and come and answer to, the charges we file against them. So fast forward, the 90 days be passed. It was supposed to end in March. So since then, it has been that situation when the former president will come in the country for can continue. Usai is stop, but some engagements that will happen within with international colleagues or partners, to put it that way. Things that happen, but along the line, fast forward to Tuesday, the 14th of July, we see a public notice. It was a breaking news. Be coming from the aging office, talk about discontinuance of all charges against the former president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Ernest by Koroma. And the Attorney General be quote section 45. Yeah, and in that section they give the Attorney General the power. He get the rights for stop any case or for discontinue with any case. So it is within a rights for Duam. So we're asking the question, like, what is the legal interpretation of discontinuation? What in this mean? So now that's what they can ask in the show this morning, and we expect to get V.I. Lansana, we now the Vice Chairman of Human Rights Commission SL, and also Claude Bami Davis, we now the PRO for Lawyer Society. So now today we then get in the program this morning for can discuss the legal interpretation of this continuation. Stay tuned.
No wicked man won't see my God. Neither shall you walk upon the streets of gold. No, 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 no. For Zion is the only place. No sin cannot enter there. Sunday morning comes, you may see them running to church with the Bible and the rich inside the church. All they do, they will sit at the corner, and just watch my people, the way they enter the church. And when they run down the street, can't look them, they begin to gossip, my people.
All right, and joining me in the studio, I mean, we still do it on, we guess them, and I get Reginald Brian Ojukutusaya. Good morning, and welcome to the Epic Morning Show.
Thank you very much, Ivan Julius Lee. Good morning to you. Good morning to listeners across the world.
After 3 years, from 2023 to now 2026, I mean, at some point around last year, you be ever see this coming, like all charges go be dropped against the former president of the Republic of Say, you be see this coming?
Thank you very much, Ivan, again.
From a journalistic point of view.
No, it's extremely difficult. Remember, we talk about this were incidents that will happen in the early, in the late 2023, like you say, November 26, attempted coup. And the charges them against former president Ernest by Koroma'S started, I think, in March of 2024. And then the suicide and the area the magistrate court making appearance first and calling a CID, from CID to magistrate court. Magistrate court press charges for treason, misprision of treason, and all. And also, I mean, with suicide, the former president, we get batteries of lawyers them. We've been go represent in court. I mean, a lot of lawyers we all know about. But again, the question we ask, I think the reason we make for counter the question directly, I look at what's that happened before. We're talking about 2 years in exile. The president was granted medical leave for go get proper medical attention.
In 2024?
Yes, now in a neighboring country in Nigeria. According to what you understand, that ECOWAS facilitated for me to get that, mediation. At that time, Bola Ahmed Tinubu was the chairman of the ECOWAS authorities of head of state. And since that time, for 2 years and also, the president has been living in Nigeria together with his family. I mean, his wife and other people that will be there around them and us. And we see the president, don't they get the medical attention, the delegation of APC don't go pay visits to him. The president has been, attending functions, the former president, has been attending functions. In fact, the most recent one, he meet up with KKY, Dr. Kande Kole in Ghana for one summit to the foreign affairs minister in Ghana, Samuel Chukwu is or something, been called the former president for go serve as one of the speaker. And then again, so the president been granted that leave for go and get proper medical attention. We all know how mediation be done.
And that was initially a 90 days leave for a 90 days leave for medical by then.
For me, I not be even aware. I see there was a timeline.
Yeah, there was a timeline. We're supposed to return back by March.
So it means after 3 months. The leave for the end and then for the supposed to don't come back. And all right. So well, maybe by virtue of how the condition be there, he been supposed to return. But again, what kept him wild for about 2 years, it's something where we always there. So I remember sometimes they ask question and all. Sometimes we also see in lead defense counsel when JFK, Joseph Fitzgerald Kamara ESQ. When I one of in leading lawyers, they also mentioned that the president, side certain things them, and I know say behind the scene mediation have been going on from the in defense team, the APC as a political party, other international moral guarantors, including ECOWAS, AU, and other organs. Then for ensure say we get a smooth mediation in all of this process.
Interestingly, I get scanned through a video yesterday and a program that I did in June, sometime June to July last year. I was having the deputy minister here. At that time, they just elect President Julius Maada as ECOWAS chair. And I asked him if President Julius Maada, being the chairman of ECOWAS, is it a way of us seeing the former president coming back? And in response was, the video is here. In response was, if any decision the president take not so as the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, but as ECOWAS. I mean, so if the former presidents come back, well, it's an ECOWAS decision. So for me, when I see the public notice, I mean, just go back to that video, that interview I do. I'm going to post it on Facebook and make people see that was the answer. So was it a surprise for you? After President be the chairman of ECOWAS, and now former president don't ask back for comeback, discontinuation on the case. Was that a surprise for you?
It's indeed, well, there is a lot of surprises. The question you asked, why and why now, it's extremely, I'm surprised, Ivan. I mean, I would say that, yes, I'm surprised. Particularly at this point in time, we all knew how, in fact, the last time, some member of the APC say, former president not even need pardon for comeback. Alone and all, and for attend the funeral. And all this speaking for intensify after the APC lost the former chairman, Minkailu Mansari. When they lost him, we see negotiation begin start for His Excellency, former President Koroma'S for coming. So the truth here, it came in as a surprise. I asked yesterday a question to the Deputy Minister again, he was here, and I said, was President Biov push by the ECOWAS authorities of head of state for allow former president for come back, for come out exile and all? It was like, no, yeah, we know say Salona is sovereign state. I mean, we understand, but again, we normally can say he who pays the piper calls the tune. If we are having support from, let's say, the EU, the Commonwealth, the other organisms, ECOWAS, we don't need support Salon where we know of financially and other stuff them. Then set of people, and sometimes what they want is what you give them.
And this happened 4 to 5 days before the 69th ECOWAS summit.
In fact, the summit is ongoing. The summit is ongoing because it started on Sunday, correct?
Oh yes.
And the
but when you look at the elections and all of ECOWAS chairman, it's going to happen this Sunday.
Sunday.
So
exactly.
Is it a coincidence?
Well, yeah, at some point there will be, it creates a lot of questions as to why now. Yes, I remember just now in the intro you did mention about Section 45, we give the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice the power for drop charges, any charges and all. Well, for as long as, again, there's a technicality. I'm not a lawyer, by the way, but according to lawyers, the technicality in that as long as the courts not don't convict the person, now trial it is stand and all, the Attorney General or the Director of Public Prosecution, the DPP can go and drop them charges and all. So that according to the CPA, the Criminal Procedures Act. But again, the question now is, the summit is ongoing. The ECOWAS Media Summit is ongoing. Sunday will be the closing ceremony. Saturday, the center that was built in Lunge will be open. So is it that, I mean, everybody in their rightful mind go, they think, say, oh, this decision might have not come easily. And all, this decision might have been pushed. There was somebody behind the scene, we don't they pushed for make this decision come to pass. And according to him, it was not. But I know that the AG will not just drop charges against the former president if he no longer gets consultation with other top hierarchies in government. He will not do that by himself because, again, he was appointed. Even though he's working for Sierra Leone, he is also indirectly working for the president in that particular direction. And may you say now the responsibility of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice for provide legal advice to His Excellency. We all know how many, in fact, President Bio is someone that does not have that kind of long patience with Attorney General. If you check how many Attorney General they don't go, we
close to 5.
Yes, about 5 in almost 8 years. And all the Priscilla Shawat, the Charles Magai, the list goes on and on. I mean, we see how them did at some point, then we get for relieve them. In fact, Charles Magai not even reached 90 days or so. He was the first person that was sacked. I stand to be corrected by President. So that is a sacred office. It's an office where President Bio they look at him so keenly. And Alpha CC now, in fact, if I could stand, maybe now one of the longest serving Attorney General under the leadership of President Bio. As President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. So the thoughts where they go to run to everybody in mind is that this might have been a decision where somebody go on there behind the scene where they push.
Consultation will be made.
Yes.
And
then
behind the scene.
if you look at, even though it was not included in the press release from government, shared by the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, but from the release also from former president, office of the former president, Ernest Koroma, the suicide president, former president Koroma mentioned the Nigeria president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, mentioned other set of people, ECOWAS. Inclusive
ECOWAS.
Exactly. We all don't play a role for ensure say this matter reach to side on this. So I think there is two sides to the coin, but it seems as if not just one side, everybody don't pay attention to. But there is more definitely to this story, Ivan.
So you, at some point, because last year when we better get the conversation, I mean, for me personally, I think say President Bio don't be the chairman of ECOWAS. Well, some people not gonna agree with me, but it's for a reason. I mean, whether amongst those reasons it's about how for solve the differences between the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Julius Maada Bio, and the former president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Ernest Koroma. I mean, so with all this happening, I mean, there is this social media we say if they go around and people they talk about, well, it's most likely that the president will go for second term in ECOWAS.
Yes, I mean, this was a question. I don't know if it was Monday or Friday. Okay, it's Monday. Monday, the Minister of Information was here. I'm sharing about. I asked him, based on what President Bio has done, if he's thinking about second term and all for a re-election as the chair of ECOWAS. I will not be surprised. Yeah, I will not be surprised for see the authorities of head of state appoint President Bio as the chairperson of the bloc, or eventually flip go to another person. It's open, anything can happen. I mean, not 12 head of states or now they get for a go and take that decision there. At the end of the day, outside the majority leaned on, now we all they go by. So we'll examine, we'll ascertain for see as to what could be his chances. And all. But again, one commitment, remember I say President Bio be make a lot of promises. One, a pledge for ensure say there is peace in the community of EFCO. Remember, West Africa, we get over 400 million people. He did mention one that he will try to maintain peace and cohesion at the member states. And when he take over as the chairperson of ECOWAS, we all know how many I mean, internal cases they go on the Sahel. You took at Conakry, maybe don't come out of the bloc. Mauritania out of the bloc.
Burkina
Faso out of the bloc. You get the Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. Three of them don't go from the Sahel now. And so these were all challenges that he took. But again, so it was like more over internally or externally. Things were going well, but internally there were political indifferences and all. And the president is in charge of ECOWAS. And two things that were being biggest battle now for maintain the peace and cohesion now in country for. Because when you are a leader of the ECOWAS, one responsibility first we get, because Ivan, there is no way I go cancel Burkina Faso or Guinea-Bissau presidents can't tell them about peace. Peace not in my own country. Yeah. So the one responsibility that the community demands from him is that there should be peace and cohesion in your own country. It means say alala no for the ECOWAS no for come out, people are not come out from ECOWAS delegation for can't talk about peace na salon where the president or the leader or the chairperson of ECOWAS na ya come out. Yeah. So I sure say one of the things then are that okay. This was an issue where we all know, say, get the tendency for make the states their part. We all know, in fact, the last time we them go arrest president, or when they invite na McKinney, I think it was ACC inviting the former president and all. When ACC go there, we all know the things they will see on social media. They were all kind of traditional masquerade that we come out and do and say the president is going nowhere. So I tell you, this matter, because when they talk about the two most powerful people in the States, one person are the former president, this other person are the current president. And it's not only the current president, it's also the chairperson of ECOWAS. Yeah. It is superintend over 12 member state, they provide leadership and all. And this person, the former president, himself, they play an integral role in coordinating peace across the region. We don't see former President Koroma don't go serve as AU or ECOWAS head of delegation for witness a lot of election, consolidating the gains. So these are all things you take into consideration. I'm going forward. So I think having all of those things put together tells you how perplexed the situation be. But I think at some point, one might want to say the president try for all the balance a bit.
Quickly before you go, I mean, you don't since that news they break out on the 14th of this month, July. I mean, how you don't view how people accept this? Is it people is it not something people be want, or is it because for me honestly it seems quiet. People not seem so they talk about this plenty.
It gets mixed reaction. You have some people that feel like justice have been compromised. You get another people who feel say it is better that we get peace, it better for peace and national cohesion. So always the reaction in order for be the same. One set of people and the way I'm saying, oh, this seems like I mean, if in no kind of fear, then if for allow the former president for stand trial, and if at all at the end of the day the truth prevail, if they convict her now, then can get pardon. That is what some people think, and it is their right for share their opinion in the as well. While other set of people and say it is better for peace and national cohesion. So either way, it gets mixed reaction from Sierra Leoneans across the board.
Thank you so very much, Reginald Brian Ojukutusaya. Don't be joined in the studio by Victor Idrissa Lansana. Via Lansana, we are the Vice Chairman of Human Rights Commission, Sierra Leone. Via Lansana, good morning and welcome to the Epic Morning Show.
Good morning, my brother.
I mean, it's nice having you this morning.
Thank you
It's been a super long while. What's up? Is it good?
Well, we are going to know. You know, the game say.
Yeah. Well, I know at some point you get affected with way Argentina beat England yesterday. I know.
England was a mess, bro. I mean, they took a lead and then they went to the back for 30 minutes. I mean, a team of that caliber, they would then kind players, and I don't think even Cape Verde, they did better than England.
So instead of it's coming home, they are going home.
They are going home.
Okay, so let's turn your attention to our topic of discussion. We can talk about the legal interpretation of, discontinuation. We get to do with the case that has to do with former President Dr. Ernest Koroma. From the legal point of view, let's start off the conversation. The former president was charged for treason and misprision of treason. Let's have that conversation. Let's allow people understand waiting at treason and misprision of treason. Let's start from that side here.
Well, thank you very much. I think this don't be a topical issue, and it's something we really need family for understand, because these are legal issues then.
Yeah.
So I really like the very first question, because that sets the foundation. Basis,
yeah.
A lot of people don't talk about treason, but what's not treason? What's not treason? Misprision. So treason, now a criminal act we you do against your own country, and that act they threaten the security of your country. So, for example, if you overthrow a government, or you attempt for overthrow a government, or during conflict you assist an enemy of the state against your own country, all of them not reasonable acts them. Okay, an offense or a criminal conduct where they threaten the security of the state, your own country. And I don't give you examples then, So once you do that one day, then the government or the state get the right for now charge you in a court, because the country is a country of laws. They don't just say, oh, you, somebody come up and say, oh, you don't commit this kind of offense, so law go want them, and deal with you. But you get for be given opportunity. The Code of Constitution says, Section 23(4), for let you appear before a competent court of law for let them really probe, investigate, and determine whether indeed what in charge of is guilty of him or not. So that's not treason. Misprision of treason now means say, like you get knowledge. You get knowledge say this person don't commit or it is about to commit treason. You fail for report to the rightful authorities. You understand when you get knowledge say somebody is actively planning for commit treason, and then you fail for report them to the rightful authorities then. If you do so, then I'm mistreason.
Okay.
And then of course also an offense under the laws of Sierra Leone. Okay? So these are the two meaning that we then to what that get.
Okay, continue. Yes.
Yes. So we see the former president was charged with then two offenses there. Okay? And we didn't charge him. All man knows he appear before court.
Yeah.
And at some point in lawyers them apply for bail on medical grounds.
Yeah.
We as the commission, we thought that was the right step, the right position the court we take.
For apply for bail on medical grounds.
First position the lawyers them take on behalf of the client, in that case Ernest by Koroma, and then the court grants that bail. Because I remember when I was involved, as the commission, when we were involved in the Kamariba matter, we had several engagements with the Chief Justice. Because we had gone to the prison, we saw the condition of Kamariba. He was deteriorating. And then we said, okay, this matter, it's in a court, because we own jurisdiction. Once matter in a court, we cannot actually dig into it, cannot investigate it.
Okay.
But then when it gets to do with human rights concerns, for instance, the right to health, then we can come and advise the Chief Justice and say, take action for let this person gain or regain in health. So we intervene, we even wrote a letter, there is a letter to the effect to say, you gave bail, the court give bail, but the conditions them, the man not be able to meet. So very bail condition. Yeah.
So that'll be taking a long while before you get exit. Okay.
Exactly. So we intervened, and then the Chief Justice saw reason. By then it was Chief Justice Babatunde, Edwards.
Edwards, yeah.
Yes, he see reason, and indeed they be very, and then get the opportunity for he go seek medical. So he's on bail. So it was also a similar thing that the former president in lawyers them they actually do for apply for bail on medical grounds, which the courts see reason for that, and then they grant the bail, and then he has been out on medical.
And there was this time frame between 90 days, and let's talk about that before I introduce Claude into the program. Medical leave for 90 days.
Well, you see, my brother, Ernest by Koroma was not me and you or any ordinary Sierra Leonean. He's a Sierra Leonean, of course, but the law also, can give preference. There are preferences with the law.
Okay.
Normally you say equality before the law. But in practical terms, there are lawful exceptions.
Okay.
There are lawful exceptions we people with the law give. We are applicable in certain cases, in certain situations. So that 90 days period, they could come back. The lawyers could come back to say, this man went on medical, but he's still yet to recover. He's yet to recover.
So the court can stretch the
so
term
they
back,
can take another date and adjournment until he recovered. But then, like I say, this was not an ordinary man like you and I. We are talking about the former president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, who had actually, attracted a lot of following. We all know he ruled this country for 10 to 11 years.
11 years, yeah.
Yes, so it gets your following. It gets a very huge constituency or a very huge base in the country.
Okay.
So when I saw that, when we saw the notice from the office of the Attorney General, Minister of Justice, what was the feeling? It was a mixed reaction.
from the human rights point of
Yes,
view.
it was a mixed
Okay,
reaction.
so just hold on to that,
Yes.
that mixed reaction. We can talk about that. Introducing Claude Bami Davis, PRO of Lawyer Society. Good morning and welcome to the Epic Morning Show.
Good morning, Epic. Good morning, Serial. Good morning, listeners.
You know, I seems to be another one for. Am I safe? It's sitting. To legal people. I safe.
But at least there is a human rights commissioner.
I think I'm safe. Okay, so let's talk about you. You saw the public notice from the Attorney General. I mean, there is this. Everybody they give your own interpretation, your own meaning into one green word. We talk about discontinuation. I mean, so let's talk about what's the legal interpretation of that word today.
Okay, thank you very much. And I am always grateful with the media outlets them. They look at them things here and invite people in for enlightening the public, because they say knowledge is power. And so when this notice from the Attorney General and Minister of Justice come out, there have been jubilations, I mean, among people, and some have reservations. And it is only good for we as lawyers come and explain the actual legal position of this. And we thank you very much for the opportunity. Okay, so nolli prosecute, we know the Latin expression of do not prosecute or unwilling to prosecute in simple terms in English. Get the power from the 1991 Constitution where we get in a salon. So the Attorney General and Minister of Justice derive that power there for enter nolli prosecute in any criminal matter.
That in section 66?
Yes, section 66, exactly, of the Constitution.
All right.
So, it gets that power there for enter, do not prosecute, or state to the court, don't prosecute, for every criminal matter, right? And so now that power there, name the drafters them of the 2024 Criminal Procedure Act transfer inside section 45, subsection 1. We na in the Attorney General and Minister of Justice Kotsu na in letter, and that is the process, the procedure. Now, that do not prosecute or nolli prosecute means say at this stage we discontinue this criminal matter here. Yeah? And if the person by the provisions of section 45(1), you say if the person been in a correctional center, then for release them. But if the person they on bail, then in shorty them be dismissed or discharged, rather, right?
Okay, so before you go further, the Attorney General was legally right.
Oh, yes, yes.
Section 45.
Section 45 is correct, and he has that power pursuant to section 66 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1991.
All right,
but there is a bit there.
Okay.
We want for bring come out. He said this nolli prosecute where the Attorney General don't state so say I don't stop this action. He said in order serve as anything we go prevent, we go stop the Attorney General or the state for reinstitute or charge this person back on the same fact in any other time.
Okay.
So what in that mean in essence? Now that the nolli prosecute is not a verdict of not guilty, because you have not been tried. There has not been any full trial. It is not a verdict of not guilty, and it is equally not a complete dismissal of the offenses. So, whilst it don't say we're stopping this criminal action against this person, the law again give the power say nothing no go stop him if he come again with then charges here subsequently on a later date.
So that's the Attorney General.
Yes, the state
can come back.
Yes,
at any point in time.
At any point in time, because the matter has not been tried. Now, in come and say, let us stop the prosecution. So that is what we have to look here. So yes, the questions are: is it a position for national cohesion, unity, and peace? Is it a step towards that? Yes, it is a step. But I mean, can they come back against the former president on them same misprision and treason offenses there? Yes, they can. Will they come back against the former president, or will they not come back against the former president? That is a question for the state or the attorney general or the prosecution to say.
Okay.
It's a good step, but it is in suspense.
Suspense, whether
they can come against,
continue,
yes,
or it don't get a hold.
or yes. So in fact, some people, there's a debate on whether we should have used, or whether the state rather should have used Section 46 of the Criminal Procedure Act, where they talk about double jeopardy, where they prevent double jeopardy, where they say if you have been previously convicted or acquitted, you cannot be retried unless if the court order retrial. So if the matter being continued, then the former president was acquitted and discharged, then there can never be any other charges on those same facts or offenses against the former president. But in this at this stage, there could be, there could not be.
All right. What's the mixed feeling, if you said earlier on, the Human Rights Commission gets a mixed feeling. What's not a mixed feeling?
Yeah, before that, let just quickly piggyback on what Timi Boda say. I wouldn't want to use the word suspend to say the action in court has been suspended. No, the action, this prosecution, has come to an end. Okay, it don't close.
It don't done.
It don't done.
For you.
Yeah, I mean that is
okay. From this position, from human rights, or from the position of VI license?
No, by the way, you know, Smith is a lawyer.
All right, I know. Now you make an ask if I'm protected. Okay, go ahead.
So, when the act say it doesn't bar the prosecution to come back later on the same fact and reopen the prosecution, no means say there has been a suspension.
No, I haven't said there has been a suspension.
No,
well, there is suspense as to whether they would come back or they would not come back.
Because I heard the word suspension. So
yes, there's suspense. You cannot.
You agree to that there is suspense.
Whether they can come back or they cannot come back.
So, Alawa, you agree to that there is suspense.
So, not a suspension of the matter.
Whether it will come back or not. Do you agree?
No, you see, the word suspense, an English word, not necessarily a legal word.
Okay.
There's a clear distinction.
Okay.
Suspense, now like way you don't know what they can next. You understand?
Okay.
So that is really not a typical legal language.
So what's your own interpretation on this matter?
So the interpretation is very simple. The Attorney General don't say and not they continue with this prosecution. Okay? And they discontinue. He is unwilling to continue. And by the way, the law does not even state that you get for even state A, B, and C reasons. Okay? So you say, I know they continue, I discontinue these proceedings at this stage. He don't go ahead and say, I might come back. But the law is saying, nothing prevents you if later on in life you want to come back. So basically I'm saying, the action at this stage, done. The action against the former president.
For now.
It don't done.
For 2026, it don't done.
No, it don't done at this stage.
The stage could be at any time.
No, if you say for 2026, as if that.
No, just a good example. What if, because waiting, myself read about
No, I can get that for you.
Yes, myself, it's clear you say you get the power for discontinue. And in this press release, there is discontinue, is withdrawal, and I mean, you don't ask the former president to come back. I mean, but let's have this conversation in a way that is it tendency, or at some point in time, the Attorney General, if he want for come back with this case, he get the rights for doing back?
If that's the question, then the answer is yes.
Okay.
The answer is yes.
So that means discontinue, no probably means say this case done and dusted. Okay. Because he get the rights for come with him back.
Yes, so it means say at this stage, this case done. unless in the future, if they think say there is a reason why they for reinstitute
The case back.
okay, then they can do so. So that make the law say, it not bar you, it not prevent you from coming back on the same fact. But in actual practice, it is difficult to see that at this stage, I mean, with this kind of person, the states don't decide for discontinue proceedings against them and then come back. I mean, generally in criminal proceedings.
Okay.
So, by the way, I mean, let listeners understand, say, on a daily basis, we as lawyers will discontinue actions then, civil actions then. So, you go to court, you say this person go for pay you, your brother go for pay you 10,000 euros or 10 million. And then as the matter they go on, you decide for, say, well, I don't want to continue with this case. Maybe they don't go talk to you in a corner, or they don't go get some settlements, party they don't intervene, or family don't intervene, as the case may be. Then when I agree, say, make you can pull this case in a court. So we file what we call notice of discontinuance. We mean say, I know they continue with this matter. At the pull and I do. Okay, at the pull from the court. So, in a similar way, that is what the criminal law makes provision for. Say, are they discontinuing these proceedings or this criminal action against Mr. A, which is what the Attorney General and Minister of Justice don't do. Okay? But then I talk about a mixed feeling. What's that a mixed feeling? On one end, we jubilated that, because we now an institution, we really did towards peace building, making sure that Sierra Leone is cohesive. I mean, we get a united nation. We say everybody will look at the country and say, this is my country, we all own this country, and we all for contribute equally towards the development of this country. But we are also an institution of law. Okay. Says human rights, you cannot divorce human rights from law. Okay, from the rule of law. So when you look at this, beyond the socio-political analysis, which may really, that socio-political analysis, it may really be very much favorable for Sierra Leone as the country in terms of making sure that we get, a united Sierra Leone.
Okay.
On the point of the legal analysis, you then begin to realize, to think, say, how about those others who were together charged on the same issue? How about also those who may have lost loved ones, who are still, crying or weeping because of that incident? So a lot of people have been asking, those people who have lost loved ones, they are still weeping, and now, the government has taken this decision. So is it a matter of, has the government been able to reach out to these people, get them understand that this is good for our country as a whole? Because we have a country where something that happened today, it just takes you like 2 weeks or less, and then everybody forgets. So we don't even know whether government has been in touch with those families who are grieving. We don't know that.
The difference at some point, those people, they were tried, and this at some point, the former president, they even go through trial.
Yeah, no, the former president, they stand trial.
He started it, but not done at some point, and it's a halt now.
Yes, so you see, the Constitution also it makes provision for what we call prerogative of mercy. That one, it come out from not the AG and the highest office of the land,
but the president.
The president. Section 63 say the president can exercise in prerogative of mercy, which means he can pardon you.
What is confusing here? Those people were proven guilty. That's my point. And the president, the former president, as per now, not even proven guilty whether it was part of this or not. That's my question.
Yeah. So what me bother be travel suggest now that maybe the ideal situation would have been allow the trial go through
yes.
and done, so that this man walks away, if the court says, for instance, he's not guilty,
He's not guilty, okay.
then everybody, I mean, there will be no longer a discussion of whether he was involved or not.
So for now, there is a mixed feeling, like whether he was involved
Exactly.
or he was not
Exactly.
involved.
So you could convict somebody we already don't go to a trial, okay, don't get a chance for defending himself.
Yeah.
Or you could say, no, I mean, this person is not guilty. Okay, so you can acquit and discharge the person who thinks he's not guilty. In that case, the person will go home, there will be no recourse anymore, say, you know, whether, now, for instance, if you want to apply for any opportunity where you say, whether you are convicted or not, in that case, the person is not free. Okay? So we get situations then where the person they go through the trial, and then the court say you are guilty, but then later on, the president exercised in powers we get under Section 63 of the Constitution say, I pardon this person, I show mercy. So when the president shows you mercy, although in strict legal terms, the word conviction had preceded, don't come before that mercy, but then the mercy cleanses you.
Okay.
That is what it means. That is the effect. So some people have been may argue that, okay, let us allow, like Bami said, let it go through the proceedings, okay, and then the court may or may not find him guilty.
Okay.
Assuming that the court finds him guilty, then the president, so desirous, for this peace and national cohesion,
Use Section 63.
can now come in and use Section 63 with a prerogative of mercy and say, I'm setting you free.
Okay. Bami, I mean, you talk about Section 46 of the CPA. I mean, now, my question is, the former president started trials, but not complete. And Section 46, they talk about people who don't already convicted, where they don't find guilty
or acquitted.
Yeah. So let's discuss about this.
Okay. So, dear, please pardon me.
You have the time.
Before I go here and make a small pan waiting, Mr. Lansana talk around this issue of clemency and the completion of a trial. What I think is, he mentioned about Section 23, I think, even before the camp, because I was listening while I was driving, where they talk about the presumption of innocence. Right? So, at this stage, you cannot say anything. You cannot say, me, in my opinion, nothing say there is any injustice done to those that have been convicted because there is a nolli prosequi on the matter of the former president of Israel. Why? Because at this stage, he is still presumed innocent.
Okay.
Not to a situation where you go say, oh, this man is guilty, but they don't go mass in a corner. Where the other one, they don't mass there in a corner. At this stage, he still presumed guilty. So he's innocent. He still presumed innocent. And the Constitution makes provision for it. So I don't see any hoping like there is some concern about those who may have been convicted and running their jail terms or whatever, right? And then
I mean, initially say, then for the former president for don't go through trials as well, and whether it was guilty or not. I mean, after which then the president can use Section 63. That's what he was saying.
No. So this is the point. The Attorney General, don't forget, he gets right for come and say, I know they prosecute this matter.
That would accept that day.
Okay.
Of course, now also accept that.
Fine. But that right there no mean say the person has been tried and let go, or it don't mean that. So it extraneous for me could they think say, oh, well, if I go through trial, get the trial done. I just suggest, I say because there is that suspense on the issue, not suspense or suspension of the offense or the trial rather. There is that suspense on the issue, say, the state might come back or might not come back. Maybe someone will argue that this Section 46 where you talk about would have been a better bet for make the former president go through the trial and he's acquitted, and so there will not there,
So
there will not be any attraction.
my question,
of-
why this person, the former president, not go through trials and find guilty? I mean, in 46, I mean, you're a legal person, you should have gone through trials and find guilty or not. If you're not guilty, then you're acquitted and discharged. But in this case, the former president not go through that trials. Why you talk about 46?
Mr. Yeah, no. Say maybe when I mention 46, I thought say maybe there are some debates around that. Say maybe that would have been a better option.
So why that would have been a better option
Good.
when you know go through?
No. Now they talk.
That's the point. That's what I'm asking.
It could have been a better option if he been go through the trial,
Okay.
full trial, and then he's acquitted.
And
So that then
okay.
nothing no hang over for say, oh, the state might come back on those same facts subsequently.
Okay.
That is what
Okay.
we're saying.
Okay.
You know. So VI mentioned say I think he mentioned something around that way. I've been one fine. It talks about
Mercy.
the prayer. Yes, mercy. Right. So if the former president, we don't go through the trial, and then he say the president now can exercise a clemency. Oh no, I think what I wanted to talk about on the issue of the discontinuance, the nulli prosecute. I think that's exactly. So we all don't see. It's no secret that there may have been some engagement and negotiations between the APC and the SLPP. It is clear, even from the thank you or appreciation statement from the former president, he mentioned the president, he mentioned ECOWAS, he mentioned a few people under the ECOWAS, few authorities.
President of Nigeria as well.
Yes, you know. So it shows that there have been engagement. So in the wisdom or consideration of the state, then look, say, we no need for go through trial, because don't forget, this is not a secret. When the former president was attending court in Sierra Leone here, every day where that matter they come up, we see how the country they tense, how security they be, the tight. You within you little corner safe, you know they get away for do you think until that trial is done within the central business district. So maybe all of those tensions, all of those security tightness, or how they call them, go don't be considered for peace and national cohesion. Something at that point, I was not at the room who sided negotiate, and so I cannot say what was negotiated or what was agreed on. But it is possible, say, they don't look, say, for avoid all of this, let me just stop this matter ongoing. Because coming back to say, okay, let us proceed with trial, and then let we get acquitted, the same tension for don't continue for however long that would have been. So maybe all of those must have formed part of their considerations and say, you know what, let us just discharge and this matter and be done with at this stage. As I say, coming back or not coming back, it's up to them for know if they could. But then consideration in the, because if we're saying 46, as I mentioned, it would have put us through the same trial, go to the trial, call the witnesses or whatever it is, until the conclusion of that matter, and then a verdict of not guilty is pronounced, if that is the case, and then he is acquitted and discharged. Maybe more tension would have arisen if that thing they been continued. So sometimes they don't put all that at the table.
You believe in that tension for the guys? If I mean, go through the case of Dr. Ernest by Koroma, make sure see the case complete. I mean, whether he's guilty or not, but at least like how you talk about those people who lost their lives and the one in safe way they serve jail time now, then would feel pleased that okay, this is the situation. You do think tension for the guys?
Well, that would have been. Some people would think that would have been an appeal, an ideal situation.
Okay.
The ideal situation that he went through his defense or his trial, and then is acquitted and discharged. That there is no connection. He has not done anything wrong. Okay.
So the state's not for mind him going to court. That tension when they happen around the country, the state's not for your mind going to all that.
Well, exactly. I agree with my brother, Global Davis, to see, because we go to court every day. You know, even when he not go for do with President Ernest by Koroma, former president, we na be Paulo Conte and other people with of that similar, or the entire treason trial itself. You know, it creates a lot of upsets around that court area there. You see, traffic will be diverted, and that would mean that people will go work, will be disturbed, people will go school, you know, then will also be disturbed. So it was very, really, very huge, economic-wise, on the state, and then also it be the discomfort, you know, people when they use that particular area there. So of course, we all know, like I say, Ernest by Koroma gets a very large following. He's somebody who is likable. You know, we were here, I mean, throughout those 11 years. And you don't, over time, you know, Ghana, you don't get your own base. So, as a way of making sure that the country comes back, you know, together, and I really wish and hope that this will get that desired effect, that the country will be cohesive, you know, all will come together and look at the country as a one block and not as a divided nation.
You know, seems to be convinced of this decision.
Well, you know, knowing what politics is in this country, we are on there for more than 40 years, it's difficult. Like I say, an issue will occur, it will take you 2 weeks or 1 month, and then it subside, move back to the old ways. So that is my wish, that this will get the desired effect. Okay. That yes, now that the president, the government don't consider, say, therefore discontinue this action, which is not lawful at all. We have to emphasize that. This is lawful, it is provided by the laws of Sierra Leone, and so everybody understand that. But the effect of now for we get a country we're united, you know, so that we'll really concentrate on development.
All right.
You see.
Claude Bami Davis, I mean, you talk about suspense, whether the Attorney General will come with this case back or not. If you are part of the legal team of the former president, Dr. Ernest by Koroma, what would be your advice?
So in criminal actions, yeah, you get provision for bargains, right? Even for where you go for convict somebody, you get what they call plea bargaining. Okay? And don't forget there are serious circumstances. The former president, not to any ordinary person, I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, that anybody is above the law, but maybe in status or the circumstances have been considered for make they reach this stage. As I said, there definitely have been negotiations or engagement on this. So if I were the legal advisor of the former president, I would be sure with the state or the Attorney General that some form of undertaking or whatever it is made by the state to say, yes, we're discharging. This will be in the room.
Like how?
Yes, say, okay, we're discharging this matter and we undertake, say, we know they reinstitute at any time discharges. If I were an advisor, I will ensure
that possible?
It's possible. I mean, we don't know, we're not in the room where they engage.
Via they laugh.
It's possible.
Okay, I'll ask you why. Continue.
No, I mean, it's a possibility. Whether they do them or not now, it's a different thing, but it's a possibility.
So it's for him to forget that assurance that this case not will come up again.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's okay. We have got he mentioned, say, most times lawyers they discharge or courts then they discharge matters and then we not go back to the matter then they. But because of the sensitivity of this kind matter and the person we involve, we can go further to have, because it is for national cohesion. That is clear. In fact, when the minister been there over Truth Media yesterday, he mentioned, the president has been magnanimous. He has given consideration for national cohesion and peace. Right? He don't accept this. And the Attorney General don't say, I don't discontinue this matter. So by that same consideration, and if the lawyers then for the former president hold certain reservations on this, whether they can come back as the law say or they cannot come back, then let us have it agreed upon that. Okay, for continue, because what sense would it make? You say, okay, for national cohesion, you come up with this, you have discontinued. Then 8 months down the line, you come back. Would there be national cohesion? Would you have achieved, would you have obtained the desired purpose? He mentioned that. Say, I hope this bring out the desired effect for let we get one nation. So what would that achieve if after 1 year you come back on this same fact for charge? You will get back to where we were.
You go off at some point, squeezing these cities as a trap?
I don't want to say that. I mean, I don't want to say it because they could not. So
be a trap.
Well, no. If they could not, it's not a trap. If they could, then it may be a trap. So I don't want to take any conclusive position on that.
So you go advise the former president to come back based on what the Attorney General
that is left to the former president in advisors.
No, will you advise if you are part of the legal team? Would you advise him to come back?
Don't say I would have first sought for certainty of this discharge before I advise my client. Certainty of the position before I advise my client.
Very answer. You be the laugh. Why?
I didn't think because my brother they talk. I don't know why you forget like say this is not law. Not law. So 3 things then we are going to talk about. The agreement they contemplate versus the law, and the issue of mistrust, and then this issue of certainty. So look at what the law says. It says the discharge of the defendant, in this case, the former president, no go serve as a bar for let the prosecution not come back.
Well, let me give me case.
On the same
I can say I don't want case again.
Okay.
As complainant.
Okay.
Let me give me case.
Okay,
so the decision is mine.
Not complete on this. So my point is that an agreement cannot oust or defeat what's in the law. No matter the time of the agreement. No matter the time of the agreement.
Initially, Yusuf say, initially what you said, like at this point in time.
Can I complete this?
Go ahead.
Even if the president, not just the Attorney General signing on behalf of the president, even if the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone signs that agreement, and then they defeat what's in the law, it's not possible. The only thing where you will say, which will be very rigorous, say, "Lord, amend the law," for say once a person has been discharged, he cannot be brought back on the
So is it wrong for the president to ask for assurance that this case not go continue?
No, I'm saying it will be a fruitless endeavor in the sense that it will not defeat what the law say. Any agreement where they will get now between the president and the government no go debar the prosecution or the Attorney General if you think, say, later on, there is a need for me to reinstitute, or reopen the prosecution or
so
the trial.
Is discontinuation now assurance this case no go come back again?
That is my second point. Government is a serious business. Let me not talk like say this is some kind attire-based arrangement. You see the former president, he don't refer, Mr. Davis don't refer to the former president in response, in thank you message. He thank ECOWAS. Remember saying that ECOWAS week would pass right now in a salon. ECOWAS week. So it tells you that even ECOWAS is involved. So government now is serious business. Not a business between me and my brother in private dealings. We sign up to something and then one person unique. No.
No, but initially,
you have to tell me, give me evidence that this has happened before. Where somebody has been discharged and then been brought back. And particularly, the person is standing. This is the former president. It's not possible.
But at some point you agree say discontinuation don't mean say the case don't but I think the right word and for use it can come back at any time. No. But for now, at this point in time, it don't know.
No, I said to you, sir. Whatever agreement or assurance or undertaking, no go defeat what the law say. That's my point.
I think I have not said that.
No,
I have not said that, Mr. Lansana. I have said, you ask, the moderator asked a question. See, if you not advisor to the president, the former president, what would you advise? I say, I would seek for an assurance, say, they would not come back with charges on these same facts against my client. So listen, what is wrong? We're not saying that agreement they defeat, but if me and you take me to court, right, for this action, then we go get some negotiations, right? We agree, say, okay, will they discontinue this action? We can equally agree, say, no, I know they come back with this matter. That is outside the court in attention. The only time where the law will come now, if I go back, then I cannot say, oh, I will rely on that agreement. I agree. But if we two don't agree, we will get the matter in a court. You will me go court. You say, when me no one case again, I know they bring this matter up again. How does the court come in? Okay, what would the court say?
Let me quickly. So, forget about this government. There will be a change of government. That agreement cannot bind a successive government, a new government. That agreement now, I mean, just assume, because that is not even possible, that the government and the former president now...
No, it's the state. It's not a government. It's the state. The state remains, Victor.
Hold on.
So whatever agreement is entered into is by the state and the defendant.
So allow him, let me make your points quickly.
No, I mean...
No, sorry, but allow him, let me make your points. Go ahead.
No way they say government.
Go ahead.
Let distinguish government and the state.
Right. Go ahead, Victor.
Okay, so by me, you cannot distinguish government and the state in this sense because the government acts on behalf of the state. The state does not act by itself or on its own. It is the government that acts on behalf of the state.
The matter has been prosecuted by the state and not by the government.
When you go to international fora, it is the state or the government of Sierra Leone. The state on its own is useless without government. Take it to the bank. The state does not act on its own. It has officials, and those officials are the government. So except if an undertaking is approved by the House of Parliament that represent the people of this country. But any other agreement, we have seen agreement in this country. Government comes, okay, let me come win university agreement. Do you remember that agreement? For, I think, scholarship for students?
Okay, yeah.
Former and late minister of Mr. Bah, okay? He signed up. And then when this government came, they said, oh, this was a bad agreement because the agreement did not go through parliament.
So from which you see, from which you see, we are rounding up now. Bami say the government or the Attorney General for assure the former president that this case no will come up again. For you, you're saying if that assurance they be made, it's not binding, probably another government could come and cow that case stay back. That's what you're saying.
No assurance. My point is no assurance.
Okay, you know one that.
No, wait, sorry. No assurance can be stronger or bigger than the papers that have been filed in court to discontinue. That alone itself is an assurance. Government is a serious business, not to attack-based business, not to private discussions or agreement between me and you. Now, government come out and put out a notice.
So for you, the discontinuation is stronger than that gentleman's agreement?
By far.
Even when you can come back?
By far. And that whatever gentleman's agreement or undertaking you get will be a wasted journey because the law says nothing stops. So the only thing
he was making,
the only thing you can do, sir,
the point he was
is to review the law.
The point he was making, we all law agree and say discontinuation mean the case can come back, whether not now or in the next 10 years or 15 years. But the case can come back. You agree on that day? Our family agreement.
Yeah, of course.
You agree on that.
That is what the law
says.
So
he was saying, I mean, we needed that assurance for say this case no will come up again. Now that's it. Now he pointed out it.
My brother, maybe I have not been able to really state it better. I'm saying two things or three things. One, whatever form of agreement, no matter the content, no matter who signs it, it cannot defeat what the law say. Until and unless the law is amended to say that if you now discharge this person, you will not bring this person back on the same fact.
Now I understand.
Once that is there in the law, you can go home and sleep.
Now I get you. Now I'll ask the same question.
No, but that's complete.
Quickly.
So that is the first thing. And number two, as they say, government business, a serious business. Government cannot go out there and file this notice of discontinuance or this only prosecute, and then later on come back and go on the word and say no, that won't be so not say again. Or wait,
I'll give you a bite, Bami, quickly.
And number three, Sierra Leone does not live in isolation. We are part, for instance, of ECOWAS. ECOWAS is fully involved in this. What you see, my brother, you and I, what you see, now just waiting on paper. But before we got to this stage, several players outside Sierra Leone, not just Sierra Leone, outside Sierra Leone, for instance, ECOWAS, to intervene.
Would you now advise the former president to come back?
Can you come tomorrow?
Would you advise him?
Please come tomorrow, Mr. President.
Would you advise him?
Yes, that's my advice now. If everything is in place for you, logistically,
if you are part of the
please come tomorrow.
If you are part of the legal team and the former president is paying you, what will be advice?
I'm saying to you, I will advise the former president. Please pack up your things and return to your sweet home tomorrow morning.
He will be safe.
You'll be safe. Look, the president has invested, the former president has invested so much. He has so much investment in Sierra Leone. Let him come and enjoy his investment. He is safe. He's quite safe here.
Okay.
It's as simple as that. In fact, by the way, now there is this new law which with presidential assent. But even before the new law, every president, former president, they are entitled to state security. So the president is safe. He's safer than you.
Okay.
The president is safer than I.
Okay.
He's safer than Mr. Bami.
Okay. Quickly, 1 minute, Bami. Quick one. We run out of time.
Yes,
one for because.
I think Victor, they miss one point what they make. I am not saying that if they give assurance, it surpass the provisions of the law. In fact, Nadane Maker, they say the assurance is key here. Because even though ECOWAS is involved, as he don't say, but ECOWAS equally cannot say if the Attorney General and Minister of Justice come back with these charges against the former president subsequently after this discharge, they no get right. ECOWAS cannot say that because it is in our law books so that they can come. So the assurance. So the assurance, exactly with the assurance with the presence of ECOWAS could say no, we had agreed. And the question of the law in provision will only arise again if them break that assurance and come now with fresh charges. That is when the issue of the law will come. Say, well, the law says this, so then get right. But if we don't agree, if we don't agree, if we don't agree, say this is what would happen after this, then there is no issue for recourse to the law. Because we don't agree, I'm not coming back to the law. And then he mentioned so much, government's in a serious business, Let me put this in. Now here we all see them. There was this tripartite agreement between government and the moral guarantors and the APC opposition party. Then don't go sit down, now then corner, then do the recommendations, then come. When it got to the people, we begin here, say, APC say, not all this will be agree. SLPP say, now this will be agree. Has that not happened? Have we not seen it? So what's not the issue now? So for talk like say, no, there has been. And there's issue of trust between the two people from the tripartite recommendations. So it is not out of the world for make anybody express reservations over this thing. It's not out of the world.
All right.
Because there's been that issue.
All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I know this conversation will continue. I mean, we'll go on and go on. There's a lot of things to discuss. But open the phone line pretty soon on 079-994-993. 079-994-993. You get the opportunity for call and take part in the program this morning. We'll go for a short break and when we come back, we'll introduce the callers into the program. Stay tuned.
1xBet. Your game has no limits. In 1x game section, you'll find hits, crash, burning hot, crystal, western slot. Each game is a separate world with real winnings. Play on website or in the app.
Epic Radio.
Visit the 1xbet.sl and use a SL126 promo code to get a 200% bonus up to 2,800 Sierra Leonean Leones. 1x Games, a world of games, wherever you are.
Money they move with BNB Cash App. People from all over the country.
Epic Radio.
They receive money faster than ever with BNB Cash App.
Me na businesswoman. I send money to my customer in Nigeria.
Quick one, no waste them.
Me na Okada rider. I buy me airtime, pay me extra bill without an left me yourself. Simple and easy.
Me na student. I receive money from my daddy at the state with no stress.
Now so you go get
Epic Radio.
Epic Cash app. You can send money na Canada, Ghana, Senegal, Guinea, Liberia, and other side them na the world. You can always process your BNB, RIA, Western Union, tap send. Now you that. Send Wave and MoneyGram code anytime, any side. Enjoy the fastest transfer, extra payment, airtime top up, and more. All inside one app. Download the BNB Cash app today. Now Google Play Store and iOS App Store. BNB Cash app is so easy, fast and reliable.
For more information, just contact the customer service on 072 500 000.
All right, welcome back to the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM. Go start picking the calls now on 079 994 993. We'll first caller online already. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Ivan.
Good morning.
Concerned citizen 320.
All right, go ahead, boss.
Yes, I'm talking about this matter. The meaning of discontinue. I can discontinue for continue. I can continue for discontinue. Let's not do labor over that. Me own advice. Just very limited time left for the residents. You are applicants. I will know how we politicians then they operate. Inshallah, we politicians now, then now woman no more than able to change to man. But they can do everything. We have seen they have bastardized the constitution. So anything careful. So my own personal advice is for me, make the president stay. We welcome waiting in compliments and everything. But make it just wait 2 or 3 years more. He can come my beloved land. I get me concerned. Thank you.
All right, thank you so very much. 079 994 993, now the number for be part of the Epic Morning Show. They look at the legal interpretation of discontinuation. So log online again and pick another call. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, boss. All right, Namcha, go ahead. We seem to get
listen to the landed lawyer. The arguments tripartite.
I'm afraid, we don't mind if you call back. We get problem with your line. I think this ID, the network's really bad. And 079 994 993, not the number for be part of the Epic Morning Show. I mean, when they come the network, well, log online and pick another call. And hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is Abakar from Fume.
All right, Bakar, go ahead with that.
I will fill up for my brother Namta because I want to give you the deadline. This program is hot. Let's go friends outside network. My brother, I will tell you plain. You see, not to any kind possibly for going into agreement. Moreover, this government. This government actually say the agreement where they're going to, it's in a gentleman agreement. And the former president will all study the kind way how people are dying in Makini, how people are suffering in Makini, how people are suffering all the different parts of the market, their clothes and all. Then don't tell the former president all kinds of things. And up till now, if we can hear you say, then they discontinue a case, they are in, we really get out. So it didn't say for let we get peace, let we get ease. Let the former president stay inside it. It go better pass all. Let them not use them to show election they come. Let them not use them inside the election because of what you don't do, they use them for letting things go bad. So me, no advice, let's stay inside it. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. 079 994 993, the number for be part of the Epic Morning Show, the legal interpretation of discontinuation. Log online again and pick another caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Rogers, Juba.
All right, Rogers, go ahead, man.
As that man did the talk, so not all the man is still 1 year and another. Because this thing here, it begin, people then they don't die, some man did prison. Then that man did already, then be done, implicate and say a day inside this thing. Then later on they say in health condition not good. They for go for medicals. Nobody no one now let that thing they happen to that man. Anything way wrong, it happen to that man. It's like when you did a host, you're not a responsible father, you're not governor general of that house. The woman are the caretaker. Anything way wrong with you, the picking them, the woman, everybody, really, they go off. So from medical, amen, they no do no trial for let them man they come free. The other people, they don't get themselves, no, they bone them dinner ground, then the other one they dinner kill. Not to anything we guarantee. That man they come, the law people in the talk, they be acquitted and discharged. That's the best thing.
Okay.
I mean,
all right.
What they call.
Thank you so very much. 079-994-993, the number for be part of the Epic Morning Show. And when you call, go straight to the point and try very hard for stay within 1 minute. Hello. Good morning. Hello.
Hello, Fadi Kadilayo. You know, Fale Alahefu. You know, I'm so glad for the president where he didn't see us, but I so feel for him back where he say, if in this experience, Allah be non jam. Like I don't know for the outside so. You know, the people the way he call them misuse that man. You know, let Allah make we get woman like a mama. You know, Mama Fatima, Narial, anybody where they wish for they get. If the president be able look to that Mamidi, that's the way they're gonna call where he talk something there. If the president be catch up, you know, the president, but if you work with Ernest, let this country far beyond. Let this man for me get the opportunity for let it be in the rule, then people for grab back, then say let she come back. But you know, now so, you know one thing we will not get good people, I go wish for let even inside that allow make it grab. Let them able allow the leaders them or the one that would don't export. Let them able spend at this country. Let them able run after people them. Okay. You know that makes South Africa. You know Mandela so great. Okay. You know then here, although you don't watch it, but I'm happy for you. Let Allah bless you. The mistakes that we don't do, let Allah forgive you. You understand? But I'm happy for you where you didn't see us. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so very much. 079-994-993. We'll probably take 3 more calls and try for up the 4 segments of the Epic Morning Show. Entertainment and sports story lined up for you next. Logo online again. Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Ishmael from Egan Street, sir.
All right, Ishmael, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, the for talk for concern with Easter and Tawan. I'm afraid because we don't hear you always be the past. See the happy or this pastor already the talk, they say this that APC they come, they talk for say, not to say they say, then SLP they come, they say not to say.
I'm afraid we lost our caller. 079-994-993. The number for be part of the Epic Morning Show. We'll squeeze in probably 2 more calls and wrap the 4th segment of the Epic Morning Show. Let's go online again. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mr. Ivy.
Good morning.
Oh, it's Suleiman.
Suleiman, go ahead, boss.
Yes, me brother. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does any good Sierra Leoneans.
Amen.
I know say the journalist, he learn for talk. The lawyer, he get in your profession. But the way how Sierra Leone don't set, and been don't set before. So people then get for use the wisdom for second this what we they can talk. So why the people the be one they wait on then another suffer they don't arrange all this then for make them settle. I think say the criticism Boku, most of the radio then what the people they will they listen, they analyze. They bring law where they offend or where they make. But I think now Lincoln to decide where they make. Sierra Leone, this grudge, where they between the two giants here, Hamburg is still the Hamburg. Then you don't sink to the people their mind. Maybe people then adjust their mind For sake of the law or against the law. For me, Sierra Leone see light after now. Because the president me support 100%, or the ECOWAS support 100%. For me, Sierra Leone go before and for the future generation. May the fin with how Sierra Leone for unite as one body, Sierra Leone, like the Senegalese, you know, they hear them political party name, or Fula or Madingo, this, that. Now, Senegalese, and look they are making.
Thank you so very much. We squeeze in one last call and then turn we attention to we guest them for make logo online. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, concerned citizen.
All right, go ahead, concerned citizen.
Yeah, the guests they waiting at the station at Lemon. Yeah, Mr. Lawyer. Me advice who me get, we dey advise the former president for like advise am back he did it for yeah. Because me this assurance in a trap. I know the advise that part for like let that party under. Low the power to the pana. Don't forget about that party now. No give advice they say you welcome now, you get in away for Duna. No, in family they are. Let in the under. Yeah, let me advise Dandy. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so very much. We're not going to take any more call again. If you are, I'll be last start off with you. The callers them.
Yeah, I mean, it has always been participatory. That is really the beauty of a democracy. Yeah. Democracy, they grow. We see people now, they really challenge government online and they express their opinions on different national issues. That is democracy. I mean, on the issue of whether the president will come back or not, it is really his own prerogative. He has to make a decision on that. He has his discretion. But I was merely saying that he is safe to come. There is no trap. There is no harm. But even at that, I mean, we have thousands of, or even millions of Sierra Leoneans outside Sierra Leone. We don't be out of Sierra Leone for forever. They don't develop their families and they don't settle down there, they don't go to school, they don't get education there in other countries. So he can decide to stay there. But we all also see what the president respond. I mean, like, thanking ECOWAS, thanking the current president, thanking government, the APC party, when a party. So we have not seen or heard anything from the former president as a way, by way of doubt, So it's up to him to decide. But let's keep the discussions alive. Let's continue to challenge ourselves on these issues. And, if you want me to give a closing, I continue for calling Sierra Leoneans them, say, we get just one Sierra Leone. We all get a duty, no matter how they. It's not just the politicians or the political class or just civil servant them. Everywhere you are, whether you're a religious person, whether you're a tire base, whether you're a market woman, we all get responsibility for make sure say we develop this country and make sure say this country we're able for GAM to pick in where we can pick in them in a way where they will enjoy them. But I mean we are spent first now. We don't miss out, but we can still sacrifice for make sure say we bequeath a country to our grandchildren. We really fit for purpose. But as this now, we continue for struggle for the basic necessities of life, 65 years on. The reason being, now because the one way they govern and we they govern, we all two don't conspire. We don't come together. Politicians, civil servants, and the one way they lead, the ordinary citizens them, they don't come together for let Mama Salon suffer. So all man they do something in your way for punish the state we they call Sierra Leone. That is our problem. So if we want for change, if we want to get electricity, if we want to get water, we need to do things the way we make we get. So for instance, government gets responsibility for make sure say it provide electricity. No, I mean ifs and buts. But at the same time also, citizens, by the Constitution of Sierra Leone, Section 13, it say we all for play with your own role. We all for be responsible citizens. So if you thief light, if you thief water, you need to pay for them, then it becomes a problem. If you go damage infrastructure we meant for the water or electricity, how do you want others to get electricity? How do you want this community which are there for enjoy water? Okay. So we all get responsibility. And I will also continue to say, let we continue for challenge with governments them, responsibly, so that they will understand. See, citizens are now aware more than ever before, and that is the only way we can actually, progress as a nation.
Thank you so very much, ma'am. Quick one.
Yes, I just want to say it is welcoming that this is a step, not a conclusive step on the issue of national cohesion, and would encourage all of the stakeholders, all of the parties involved to do more, because we don't see the toxicity and the fraction way the nation don't they experience. And so if we don't sit back and begin thinking, say, you know what, we have to right our wrongs, it is welcoming. But let us do more so that we can bring national cohesion, peace and unity amongst the people of Sierra Leone.
Thank you so very much, Viailan Sana, Vice Chair, Human Rights Commission in Sierra Leone, and also Claude Bami Davis, and PRO for Lawyer Society. Thank you so very much, gentlemen, for that time, for being part of the Epic Morning Show. Entertainment and sports lined up for you next, and Marion Precious George, all set for the second segment of the Epic Morning Show. I'll talk to you again some other time. My name is Evangelos Libo. Quick one at the Support Argentina for the final. Till then, bye-bye.
No wicked man won't see my God. Neither shall you walk up on the streets of gold. No, 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 no. For Zion is the only place. No sin cannot enter there. Sunday morning comes, you may see them running to church with the Bible when they reach inside the church. All they do, they will sit at the corner and just watch my people, the way they enter the church. And when they run down the street, can look them, they begin to gossip my people. Yes, they talk about the food we eat. Oh, they talk about the shoes we wear. And they talk about the clothes we wear. Some of them gossip that pastors, what a dirty thing. They talk about their members. They talk about the clothes we wear. And I say, tell me, how could you be a Christian when you're full of these evil things in your mind? See them with a coat, going to church. See them with a gun, going to mouth. When you want them in the faces, lies are loud. Shot them in the house, lies are peace. See them in the daytime, they my human being. You want them in the night time, they my vampire. Tell me, how could you be a Christian when you're full of these evil things in your mind?
Judge man, I said, and do my prophet no harm.
No, 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 no.
And judge know that you may not be judged.
My God, that's the one that's a talent.
And the same measure you use, we follow you.
True, 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 true.
The evil that men do really matter.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Updates. We start off with the Moldovan Super League as Samuel Gandhi with on record 8.8% rating inside the week 3 of round of matches, and the nominee selected for the team of the week. And according to Spain head coach, where now Luis de la Fonte don't label Spain as the best team in the world, as he described in players for an exceptional performance. Fenerbahce don't sign Mason Greenwood for fuel bill for that around 39 million euros. And Zinedine Zidane, they prepare for takeover as new France head coach. after a verbal agreement been in place months ago as Zizou go replace Didier Deschamps. We're going to wait for a formal step as Zinedine Zidane will turn down several approaches, including for rejoin Real Madrid. And there are a couple of matches were lined up inside the Men's Premier League. And we see yesterday FCFC play against Sport Authority, another approved school. And today we will see Wilberforce play against Loire. Eastern Lions will play against Boulogne Stars. Bantal tomorrow will play against Camboy Eagles. Star Sports will play with some Stars. Bible Warriors will play against Diamond Stars. FC Kalungu host Abacha City. All of the Warriors will play Slifa. And Ball Rangers will play Mighty Blackpool. For now all is good for you inside Sports Updates.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to your Thursday edition of your entertainment news this morning here on the Epic Morning Show. Starting here with Woodboy and Sarkodie. Well, after Lucky, they are back with Blessed and Alive. Of course, it's a collaboration, of course, we have been anticipating, and will be out Friday, the 24th July. So let's wait on it. Zouk could receive nothing out of Diamond in assets. Well, according to Revelation, we review say many of the assets we belongs to the singer already they under a mommy in name. So I mean, as the divorce they about for go on, Zouk stand for lose almost everything. In other news, King Boss Ellie reply to critics, more especially to Mike Pereira, of course, after he used some certain word against artists when he dropped him a new snippet. Well, even though he will call on some of the Sabi ministers, them, will be bring LJ come to the power. Well, LAB response I'm proud of a milk and Tapalapa at least. Except don't they get so it is what it is. Kovaya, winner of Rap Rampage Season 2, is set to drop in song My Way, and this song will drop on Friday the 17th way, not tomorrow, so stay tuned. Mine, of course, is the song by Daddy Rhymes and Black Snoop, and of course it will be out next week, so watch out. Epic Radio, on the other hand, is back with the Oldies Corner, and it's happening Saturday 17 October, and ticket price na 100 leones. Of course, St. Anthony Hall, Sykes Street, Freetown. Come and let's enjoy together. And finally this morning, inside we exclusive news yesterday, interview with Fine Face, of course, the CEO for the Soldier team. The reason why I feel like say he almost gets issue with other artists them, and waiting at some of the issues them, of course, we don't get for long. This now some of the things that will be highlighted yesterday inside the interview. This now we get for you.
Threat. And then once you do something good, you earlier on say when I come to the industry, billboards media all over, and I mean the first artist we do. I don't do things them we no salon artists no ever do. No disrespect, but no salon artists no ever do, because I stay out of the country for the longest time, and me and the musician we don't travel past all musicians. Not to idle travel, because I've been a date somebody, we have been a diplomat, a US citizen. So anywhere we go, I go. Anywhere we go, I go. You understand what I mean? If you go Europe, I go there. If you come Nigeria, I go. If you go Ghana, so it make me travel a lot. Asia, all over. And so anybody who don't travel a lot, you don't see different cultures, different things, you learn. You know what I mean? So I brought all those things home. So when I began implement them, I became a threat. Because I come, just like I say, I don't be even getting number one song they play, but they don't make me brand ambassador. Like 3 or 4 different areas. You know what I mean? So people, definitely the artists, they're supposed to envy me. You understand what I mean? Yeah. Because you meet somebody, you just come. then you can't sit on them. They get for envy. So
from the vida.
Yeah, like Vida say. So definitely there was whatever for let them self try for fet me down. And I remember a couple of artists that meet me and say, hey, fine face. For more you can with songs and they even play na Star TV. Star TV open no more. You watching Star TV. That jingle I do for them. So definitely the envious spirits come there. Then I bring another very big show na salon where I come with so much energy for like really help the industry in the own way. I bring 21 artists, 21 stand. Gonna be a very successful show. After the show, I buy motor car. Just after the show, maybe I start for build house. Envious spirit come. A lot of people they say, "Oh, fine face don't use the artist them. They don't build OC don't buy. Why you self not get the idea? Let yourself get the artist that you do show. You get what I mean? So now the same thing. T Brown they say now about that. You know, if you get your idea, you call me. It's a good idea. They support you. We do them. So now from there, my problem start.
Sometimes then when things they go wrong in the community and people they keep quiet. But for keep quiet, not to fix the problem. Now that's make Epic Radio they bring to you blowing the whistle. Blowing the whistle like a radio show.
Epic Radio.
Like people them go talk about what's in really they happen. Now the community them. When are from bad road, no water, poor service, unfair treatments, and corruption. So now this show, where they call out things them respectfully and honestly. And when something good they happen, where people they make progress and real change in their life, we also they talk about them. This time you chance, follow you speak up and follow the hear your voice and follow you ask questions when they go answer. Whether you live in a town or a village, whether you young or you a woman, or whether you a community leader or a concerned citizen, this show now for you. We not just they talk and forget, we they follow up with the issue so that something happen. Blowing the whistle, your voice, your community, your power, only on Epic Radio 99.3 FM.
I hope that our visitors would listen to the song carefully, because it's true. They're trying their best to stop our progress with bad propaganda. I mean the foreign press. Bad things are blown out of proportion and spread all around. But the good things of the island they will never mention. Like our scholars.
Theodore Roosevelt once said, "You no go become waiting you need for be by remaining waiting you currently be." Hello and welcome to the second segment of the Epic Morning Show, where they come to you on 99.3 FM, Radio Garden, Facebook, YouTube, and through the website at myepiconline.com. You can also listen to the program through Radio Zimi 107.5 FM inside Ujeun District. Mina your host, Marion Precious George. And inside the show this morning, Attorney General and Minister for Justice don't call for full implementation of the TRC recommendations. And as well, the National Consortium on Public Accountability breaks silence on EDSA contract staff strike. APC postponed constituency election again over ECOWAS summit security and logistical concerns. All of the stories plus the review of various newspapers there inside the show. And for joining me to discuss the issues, I get inside the studio Mohamed Toby Kagbo and also get James Kamaramane. Good morning, gentlemen. Welcome to the show. James.
Good morning, Marion, and good morning to listeners.
Good morning, Marion, and good morning to our listeners.
Okay, straight off, we'll look at stories reported on the front pages of the newspapers, and we'll take the first one, when at the Concord Times newspaper. It reads, MPs call for blacklisting of non-performing contractors. In another story, Parliament ratifies a $5 million United States deal to revamp government printing department. And as well, another story reported Canada Day celebration in Sierra Leone and SLPHA supports ECOWAS Media Summit. IDEA international questions need for special medical insurance for MPs And finally, SCI and partners empower investigators, prosecutors on child marriage law enforcement. All of the stories and more you go get in the Concord Times newspaper this morning.
I get the Independent Observer newspaper. First story reads, Parliament rectify $5 million government printing press modernization deal. The main by the headline story, at 69th summit, former ECOWAS Parliament Speaker welcomes delegates. Open letter to ECOWAS heads of state and government attending 69th summit. ICPNC Executive Secretary calls for full implementation of peace agreement. Other story and more you will find at the Independent Observer newspaper.
Away from that, I take the Premier News newspaper. Top story, war victims deserve action, not memory. And this is according to the Attorney General. USL THC boost specialist healthcare with donation. And also youth empowerment key to prosperity finance minister. And Sierra Leone launches National Steering Committee on ILO Convention 189. Also in this issue, police military launch major clean-up drive in Lunge ahead of ECOWAS summit. All of the stories and more you go get in the Premier News newspaper this morning.
I get the Global Times newspaper. Work permit enforcement. Spot check at business premises begin today. Main banner headline story, charges against EVK dropped. Leadership is about taking tough decision. Chinese embassy support tree planting campaign. SLPP chairman meet young professionals. And finally, police hospital excels. Other story and more you can find at the Global Times newspaper.
And away from the Global Times, I take the satellite newspaper big banner headline. Amid ECOWAS summit, President Bio clears path for Koroma'S return. Another story, Speaker Thomas vows to champion healthcare insurance for MPs. China Salon marks 55 years of diplomatic relations. And finally, Salwako Chief Utility Director signs performance management contract. All of the stories and more you will get now the satellites this morning.
It's the Standard Times newspaper. The main banner headline story reads, new UNICEF representative in Sierra Leone to build on progress for children. Attorney General discontinued treason case against former President Ernest by Koroma'S. Question mounts over minister alleged attempt to reverse SLBC board appointment. Other story and more you will find at the Standard Times newspaper.
Okay, it is the second segment of the Epic Morning Show, and this morning we deal with various issues. But last week or this week or so, we deal with a story. Last week we get to do the ECOWAS summit and the status of Lunge in terms of electricity and all. But one of the stories on the paper talk about a major cleanup organized by the police and the military ahead of the summit as well. And that's not just one of the things that we Lunge people need, but the key, thing where they need at this time, especially to their own advantage, now electricity, where most of them say they not get since last year per day.
So I think for every district within a country or every area within a country, for make that environment they revamp or keep life moving, they need electricity way for help them. So I think Lunge self deserve for get consistent electricity, at least if not 24 hours. I live now 17 hours if they need for get them. More so now we they can host the 69th ECOWAS summit where they can dedicate them from other countries. Them we need for showcase our country. We don't want for showcase country where now darkness we can showcase to them. So from information we find out that government now government try for re-electrify Lunge with solar lights them all over. So they say from where we get the information that say from last, not this past period, but from last period they don't see lights. Now that they can see lights, they say maybe it go down the next 2 or 3 days from now. So it means we hope that maintenance will be done, not just for give them light because of people in the car one can make la
be sustainable.
Yes, we feel say like they people that they enjoy everything we government give. They have not been enjoying it, and I feel say this is the time and continue going forward. They should be enjoying electricity, and not for because people that they can't make one show they say and I care about them. But if we continue, for give them electricity. So we say kudos to EDSA, also to the government for way that they try for see how they can install solar lights them now longer so that they self can for enjoy light.
So we share the same view?
Well, I want to share the same view, but at some point I also want to make things known. Lunge is one of the existing area which I feel like we will pay more attention to. This is a place where the staff will tell you about Salon. We come Salon. This is a place where they tell you about Salon. It's a place I get so much respect for, but the attention will not be paid to Lunge now because of the summit. It's also asked the people now Lunge. So what about if there was no summit? Will short things happening in Lunge? I don't think it will happen. They will still face challenges. There are parts of Lunge we never see electricity lights. There are some parts of Lunge where na solar lights then did it. There are some parts of Lunge where there's still a huge generator for charge their devices. So using this summit as a way for brightening up Lunge, using the summit as a way for tell people of Lunge, say, you've not been neglected, we'll not forget Tuna yet. But of course, let the summit not end. This is just a summit that will last for a few days. But considering the fact that this presidential hall will still remain in Lunge, it's an eye-opener for the people of Lunge also believe that transformation or transformative will definitely happen in Lunge.
Okay, we'll move away from that and look at the topics where I make mention of. We'll start with the Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Alpha Sisewe, don't call for immediate and concrete action for fully implement the outstanding recommendation them na the Country Truth and Reconciliation Commission report. He said this inside one review meeting, Usai emphasized say after more than 2 decades, victims of the 1991 to 2002 civil war deserve practical reform rather than mere remembrance. He also shared the drive for accountability and healing, where he say deeply personal and say displacement. People suffer displacement and lost their loved ones and witness the conflict will be devastate them. This and all other things make it say government need for focus on reviving critical, unresolved recommendation from the TRC report and specifically targeting victim reparation, institutional and governance reform, national cohesion and security sector improvement, and several other things we make mention of. But key information about this all gets to do with implementation of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. The things we talk about, where the reports talk about, where the government supposed to implement recommendations. Governments over the years they say they don't implement some of them, but there are still other recommendations where up to now, over a decade, they're not able to implement it. We make the AG, the colon, the governments, the very governments, for make those implementations. At this particular time, especially we get for do with reparation of victims of the war. I will start with Mane on this particular issue.
Yes, I think. The call for the AG is welcoming, and I feel him calling on the government for acts upon the TRC recommendation. I think it's necessary for him to do that and other government officials therefore do that, especially we can get international partners them in certain summits there or certain sessions where we can meet them. It's good that we put some of these concerns on the table so that they can able for see how themselves can come in and help. For the reparations and institutional reform, governance, and national cohesion where they call for, I think government has been doing their best, government in, government out, they try for see how they can implement the TRC reports. Talked about reform. When TRC reports may come, the former president, late President Kaba, we see how he may set up most of the reforms them. We get institutional reforms them where he may bring in. So I could give back to
Human Rights Commission.
Human Rights Commission, NACID, to have NACID, NACA, yes, National Commission for Social Action, all this. So we have so many reforms them, and our government still they bring in institutional reforms them for see how we have under President Koroma also get this change of attitude, secretariat, peace commission don't come. So all these reforms that are very necessary for make government they bring in so that they're able to change the mind of the citizen. And it's more of action. The credit is talking. It's not about remembrance. It's about action. Within the action, it's not about us reading the TRC, but not taking action or taking less action. It's about full implementation. We make the minister they talk about that. And governance, I think we did leapfrog when it comes to governance issues. We will see sometimes we'll get some political conflict. Sometimes we'll get some disagreement with, but all the same, we are practicing democracy.
Okay.
And I think that's really necessary. For every democratic state, you must get some one or two forecasts we can happen between party, opposition members, ruling governments. And so I know they face that, but democracy, yes, we practice that because we have consistent election. People they be voted for into government. We don't have not under coup d'etat or military again. So I think that's within the government they do, and that's within the recommendation within ATRC they ask for. But we need more beyond this point, you know, because we don't see recent happenings in the country now we are in. The former president has been allowed to come back to his country for can stay. We know everything may happen, but you know, all of people don't talk about things that we don't feel say it will satisfy them for let his former president come back, one or two things. So some of them small catchy things there way they happen. We want to see so the government self can adjust themselves and able to do. Yeah, you cannot be perfect at all time. You cannot be perfect in everything you are doing. But for the sake of peace and national cohesion and unity, we will want, as always, they call for, and also the TRC report also they recommend that. We want for to see how we can able for let things go. Sometimes if somebody don't hurt me, yes, we know it's difficult to forgive, but it's good that we will let things go. Because if we say we not forgive, that the TRC report not will get a positive effect. You know, so some people will suffer, they will brutally. Some people will steal, they amputate their hand, they amputate their foot there. Some people still not get sight for stay. Some people still traumatized because of what may happen. Some people lost their entire family. But what make them still exist, what make them still they make life they go on. And because of forgiveness, they forgive people. You know, it's difficult to forgive, as I say.
Yeah.
But deep down, it's good to forgive. And I feel the government will be working along that. It's just about remembering these people again, about how government will go and take care of these people. Care for the needs them, you know, which they don't lost. You know,
that has been the challenge. That has been the concern because a lot of people then go want for forgive, but we remember saying now because of this make her they suffer up to this moment, it can tend not for forgive anymore. And last year I talked to one of the APT and war wounded people. Then it make mention of all of those things. Say whenever it continue for the struggle because you know get don't you know they see. It remember saying that this make a waiting and also and they continue not for forgive the people will do that.
The trauma aspect, you know, so most people traumatized because of that, and that makes some people even smart drum for themselves now gone they shock.
Yes.
Because if you say now gunshot. So government get a lot of work for do. Like this institutional reform, so you need for getting some people away now consultants we able for console. You know, in that kind of situation where they will console people, you know, I think government for set up that kind of reform, the way they get experts them, when a psychologist them, able for make people them, able for console them when they get problems and difficulties. I don't really remember the right adjective for use, but I think family don't going to try for say. So government needs any kind of institution and the way I think able for help again. When it comes to also where the minister talk about national cohesion, we need them. We need them, and that's this government self try for do with allowing former President Koroma to come back. It's national cohesion. But again, the question one for Axfield, the South and the North allow themselves for campaign and then go on in terms of election until election. Sometimes we can know what can happen with time for election can be. They would have them coming at the North, no gonna go campaign at the South. So that they coming at the South, no gonna go campaign at the North. This regional bias and regional business regionality, it can cause another problem again. So now some people for members in 1999 is pack up, they gave a war. We don't want to return back to that kind of age where we people that will wake up in the morning, we hear gunshot, we live under gunshot, we live under some kind brutal situation where even the young country, they beat you, they will cut you on, they will kill the people that before you, they will check by the woman belly for no whether that boy picking or girl picking the inside the those gruesome situation we want to go back again to them. So every government, not just this one, but every government, we now good-hearted Sierra Leonean, we face the war, we suffer the war, we infamble them, suffer the war, need for think before ever they take any action. But the TRC report need for be implemented to the full.
Toby.
It is, I want to go from a different point. You see, recommendations that has to do with the interest of the country, political party intend for pay less or little attention to it. The tripartite recommendation, you cannot compare the number of years where the TRC recommendation don't take, where majority of the things said in the TRC recommendations were not implemented. But we see political party fighting for recommendations that are in the tripartite recommendation for being implemented in full. Just look at the time frame. We war ended in 2002, from 1991 to 2002. This TRC recommendations was about for let people not decide back for go to war, for let people not think of humiliation, tribulation, displacement with experience during the war. You see, Marion, it is sad when I listen to my big brother Manede talk, he's saying the actual fact. You see, for forgive is one, for forget is the big problem. For forgive is easy, I will tell you, for forgiveness something very easy. But for remember back which you've been doing me, that is the case. And you cannot control human hearts, not for recall things they would experience in the war. Marion, I was a little boy, but I still saw them check below my in front of. I was a small by the age of 5 or 6 years by then, but I see these things happen. If now one day he don't die, but in family, if not say man, in Peking been see what and cherry mama in belly, you want for tell me say you go forgive so easily. These were these were recommendations. I don't think governments in, governments out don't pay keen attention to that. Opening some of this commission is one, but the full implementation of what the commissions then for do, it's another. For me, I don't think those things were fully implemented, because if the Attorney General now they come and talk, I want to say kudos to him. The fact that he decided for think and say we should implement and not just for repatriation. We see countries like Ghana of recent and the Caribbeans don't say, for just can't tell we sorry, say when I treat people under slavery, it is something little. But it should be recognized as the greatest crime against humanity. So why can't we consider consider the unfair war, but then describe a war for be as brutal? In the sub-region, in West Africa or in Africa, Sierra Leone war there among the brutal wars that we fought. Many people consider for be say now grudge now make we fight war. And if these things are not be considered in the right way, grudges will start to escalate back to some people. You mentioned say every time when we say for Remembrance Day. For me, the armed forces is something I have question about in celebrating again. Because if we are celebrating armed forces, let's show our might to Africa. Let's show it will get as a country our defense forces. That is how China is celebrating Armed Forces Day. That is how America is celebrating Armed Forces Day. That is how Russia, South Korea is celebrate. They display within them get. The ammunition they wouldn't get, any display. We are not doing that. We are just celebrating people for their services here. That is just something we could do and recognize them. But for the Celebrate Armed Forces Day, we should show the world what our defense look like. What will military powers look like. So going back into the TRC recommendation, for just remember the people who don't suffer in war, it is one. No amount of money, no amount of care will take back the pain, the trauma they face. It is not easy when we go to a festive season like December. Mommy, then they beg, then the old megaphone and the community people in our banger. You know why? Then they think say we're heading back to war. Because they get that trauma, then they think. So for me, I want to commend the Attorney General and Minister of Justice for at least thinking, say, it's not just about remembrance, but let them make some value, meaningful contribution into their life. These people don't become disabled, but then still get the ability. Disability no means they don't get the ability for serve in top governance offices. But Marion, this is the actual fact. These people, we don't become vulnerable we don't be affected during the war. Me and you, or government in, government out, not believe saying again meaningful contribution for give back to the country. Because if they think they do have, let's create something for them, for them not think their mind back. Okay. And Sierra Leone are just a small country. Now, small fraction, small set of people then decide to take war back to this country, then go to bush, and war become one of the deadliest war in the sub-region. So for me, I don't think the TRC recommendation should just be about remembrance, but that go into details. Let we unearth, like we'll see APC, they try for unearth written recommendation. Say, I want to see this from the opposition party in parliament. Implement it, say the TRC recommendation gets A, B, and C, just like how they are putting more emphasis into the recommendation. I will say this. People are loyal to their political party than the interests of this country.
Okay, we move away from that topic there and look at another one. We say the National Consortium on Public Accountability don't intervene in the ongoing work stoppage by contract staff them na the Electricity Distribution and Supply Authority, EDSA. While they acknowledge that the worker them legitimate grievance, the organization also expressed deep concern over a strike where they say don't lead to severe consequences. And according to them, they say investigation them revealed that some EDSA workmen them don't they on temporary contracts for over 13 years. Even as external less experienced personnel them, they hire for permanent role. Inside one protest where they do, the striking staff them they refuse for repair, pull them away for them and restore power line them. And according to the organization, this disruption and don't plug neighborhood and Lake St. John into prolonged darkness and create a significant economic and social strain on vital services them like healthcare and commerce. And then say blackout threaten for overshadow the ECOWAS summit where you know the host na the country and pose risk to national security and several other things them. So they say for resolve this impasse, the executive secretary of the organization don't call for immediate peaceful dialogue and also demand that EDSA management alongside the Ministry for Energy, Labor and Finance return to a negotiating table as way for address the issue and urge for comprehensive human resource reform across public institutions them as way for address reoccurring labor issues and prioritize national interests. This and plenty other things them the consortium make mention of inside a press release where they put out regarding the issue of contract staff from EDSA. Man, 13 years as contract staff of EDSA. Is this really a big issue we need, the government concern or even the Ministry of Energy for stepping into?
It's a serious concern. You know, how you go get somebody as contract staff and then, they're receiving a monthly dues. It's heartrending, for we for understand say it's staff them when a contract staff they still they get them monthly remuneration, which I feel say that's very unfair and to them, unfair to their family and to even people that really depend on them. How you expect this kind of people for make them survive with their family if they meet to their own terms. You have these people. And EDSA is still one of the people that one of the agencies that we feel say they eat money past any other agency in this country,
Well, they say that they won't at loss.
Yeah, that's what they say. So what we go say we would they buy light. No, don't go to we would they buy light to the consumers that would they buy light. You go with 100 units for go buy light and get 20 units. Is that not unfair to we? So what do they do with all the money in a day?
Outside the money they
outside the money they go in able for pay staff them for over 13 years. There you go to Parliament and say you are made to rectify electricity another project for EDSA. That he promised you will employ, you will create job opportunity for up to 1,500 people. You not pay the money we done there for 13 years. Now 1,500 people they can employ, you will pay. So for me, I just feel say sometimes we just treat we company Sierra Leone and with some amount of levity, disrespect, just get respect for them. Sometimes it's very difficult for like to talk on salary issues because you don't wonder these people they behave so, then they go with their salary. Monthly, they're very prompt for receive their salary with their family. They enjoy life with their family. But the foot soldiers, them, you know, they make them satisfied. They want to do the job. They command the rain. I don't suicide. It's staff. They command the rain for go fix pole for them because if they're not fixing a problem. You then you enjoy life. You do with your family. You don't under AC. Why say you have full soldiers, but you know they satisfy them. But a month done. Your salary is so prompt, your allowance system prompt, but you refuse for taking care of the people that they do the dirty work. So I feel say this is unfair. This amount of wickedness that this country about we leaders them is too much. You know, it's too much. These are some of the things we talk about this CRC report. We'll talk about just now. You know, some of the things that amount to the Civil we come out about 20 years civil war. And some of them things because people don't keep grudge too much in their heart. They push them to do things. You know, and the people feel say this is unfair.
Is there a need for make workmen them know more about the labor laws that will govern them, and also the Sierra Leone Labour Congress for the paying attention to the issues here? Because for the Congress, if they no report then kind issues here to them, they no go aware saying as something like this they go on, which is explainable or understandable, and the worker, most of them don't know how the Labour Congress they operate, or even the labor laws of the country. And when things they can happen, they can either talk to CSOs or journalists them, not being able to know what the law say regarding their safety or contract or several other things. We don't they bring challenges to them so far.
Yes, I feel say them they need for know. That is one. And I feel say again the Labour Congress or the Labour Commissioner instead of need for get an outreach team. You know, for me, I feel say every government agency we get and staff them. You the Labour Congress, if you know details about them, if you're able for they sensitize them, go and talk with them, get meeting with them, say this is what the law say, this is what they on our contract. So if you not get salary, how you will see them for 13 years you not get salary. Now this thing, and if you not get salary, when I come to we, now this is what do. Explain the law to them. But again, so you go ask again the Labour Congress Commission, do they have utility vehicle? Do they have utility means for good? They don't have the staff for go out again, for go again, for do the sensitization.
That's the reality.
Yes, because I think I'm going to obtain at the office and they tell me say vehicle self they not get. So how they go out or go explain to people for sensitize people? Except few of which until we understand maybe the labor law go say okay, we know what for do, when something go wrong. But how many of we know again or we don't know? Who the boku? The people that we don't know, boku. You see, because in as much as we don't know, or some people they will not know. I can always say, even if you know the law, when somebody did in governance, when somebody did in authority, they tend not to obey the law. They will say, quote unquote, now within our government, it's not they do. I like you go now, I like you go, say you go, if we don't pay you, don't pay you. This is the thing, this is alone with day. So the problem just a compound every day. And I feel say something need to be done. We need for, as I always they say, you two need for change your mindset towards to compete Sierra Leone. If we not value we safe, foreigners, they expect foreigners for value we. Gone are those days where they always say the bandits a beat Sierra Leone and say bossing eye. The bandits go beat Sierra Leone and say killer. It go cost Sierra Leone and mama. They will see Sierra Leone will carry this person go na police. Police go left the Sierra Leone and take the foreigner in case high. Yeah. We don't see them. So that things is we feel like we just don't respect ourselves as Sierra Leonean. We mindset so poor against ourselves that we not value ourselves. Because when you say you value company Sierra Leonean, you don't allow them for go for 13 years. Till they go for go, till they get strike. And what's more embarrassing, we are having visitors. ECOWAS visitors are coming. So imagine if the foot soldiers, the extra staff, and say they are not working, they are down in tools. If one pull for the outside personalities and for pass, what are they go pull in there? Are the personality there? No. So we need those people. Okay. So government need to satisfy them at all time.
Okay. Yes, Toby.
Marion, when we talk about Labour Congress at the SMI, because there are so many testimonies where Sierra Leone get that are negative about the ministry or the commission, in fact. I don't work for a Lebanese company, and I will not mention the name. When we then delay for pay with salary, I want for a little bit deviate a little from a topic and talk from an experience point of view. So the people that listen to a watch will go before understand. the Lebanese man look in the face. This is something that happened during the eras of Ernest by Koroma, because it was in 2014-15. You know, tell we, he say, Alekuna go na Labour Congress. Now, yeah, they sit down and come meet me back. Now, they suffer. And indeed, exactly how we talk. That's what happened. When the Congress people come from the ministry, then just go into the office of the Lebanese man, then come on a door. The same Salomon can tell we say, now we know the work fine. Now we the Sierra Leonean, then now we know the work fine.
Without carrying proper investigation.
So how do you want Sierra Leonean to forget trust? How you want them get trust? Say, if we are wrongly treated, we get South South, they go cry, and action will be taken. If Seattle staff are still suffering, it's a call for concern. Staff from the Shaka Stevens Stadium, it's a call for concern. These are all typical examples. We will foresight that the Congress don't do some good, but the ineffective what they don't do, it is surpass the good what they don't do. And if one for scale of 1 to 10, I will not even give them 5. Government in government are, because it's just the same story. How much implementation the ministry don't do for ensure say everybody will get businesses, be a Sierra Leonean or a foreigner. I don't want to point fingers on foreigners. They are foreigner where they treat Sierra Leonean staff more than how a Sierra Leonean itself that treats a own staff them we get in an office or a business where they do. But this is an entity that was established for look at the welfare of staff. And again, for the advantage not be taken by staff to the employee or the employer if the case may be. But there is no more good story about that. I don't watch Honorable Usman Timbo. He don't be minister in the ministry. Now it's Dr. Is this Dr. Abraman? Is this
Raman Swari?
Raman Swari, not doctor. The doctor is from the NSA, the deputy director. Abdurrahman Swari, former minister of information and communication. Now before you go to civic.
Yeah.
How much of things that we don't do for say the every case they don't happen? There are cases. But Mario, many people don't decide to go back to the ministry because they know say they go spend more time, they go spend transport, go to the ministry, make concerns. But then concern will not be adhered to, then concern will not be listened to. So for me, we need to change the direction of the ministry. It's one of the most important ministry. Okay. But one of what people know they try to understand, majority of the ministers, they feel say, appointing them in those ministry, they don't degrade them, they don't bring them down. They don't see the ministry as an important ministry. And I think this has been the major problem. Majority of these ministers want for the in top level ministerial position. But forgetting, say, the labor ministry, they represent the masses, and every Sierra Leonean they work. Majority of Sierra Leoneans they work. And it's an important ministry that is part of government. But because they're saying a labor ministry, much is not being given, or more attention is not being given to that. And that is a call for concern.
Okay, we'll continue the show and the second segment of the Epic Morning Show, and you watch we on YouTube and Facebook, and also listen to it through the radio on 99.3 FM. And of course, before we look at the last story, we want to get an update, a quick update from, the conference where they happen currently now the Bintumani Conference Center where now the 96th ordinary session of the ECOWAS Council of Ministers where they happen today, and this now one of the sideline events them where they lead to the ECOWAS summit where therefore future heads of states from different West Africa countries them, and of course then session here so or then side conference here don't start for happen since Monday, and then still they happen where they lead to the main conference as I make mention of, and we get to a colleague now the ground day where go give live update as to waiting currently they happen at the Bintumani Conference Center. Well, we go get this update from Reginald Brian Ojokutu Soya way already there on the line. Good morning, Reginald, and welcome to the second segment of the Epic Morning Show. Hello, good morning.
Yeah. Hello, Marion.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, Marion George.
Okay.
And good morning to we listeners on the Epic Morning Show.
Okay, Reginald, take me through waiting the happen currently at the Bintumani Conference Center.
Yes, thank you very much, Marion, as you rightly say. So we're currently there for the ECOWAS Media Summit, the Bintumani International Conference Center. and today na the 96th ordinary session of the ECOWAS Council of Ministers. Now that meeting the time starts very, very shortly, and so far every other representative from the 12 member states, all they are so from the countries and all the ministers and they are, and the meeting will start at 10. They call the meeting to order, and then of course we don't know waiting will be the business of the day. But we are gathered here for the 96th ordinary session of the ECOWAS Council of Ministers.
So you say all ministers did it. Are you making reference to all the ministers from ECOWAS countries, them, including Sierra Leone?
Yes, exactly. All the 12 member states can get
all of the ministers.
Yes, for Salon, I only they see one now. When are the Minister of Planning and Economic Development, Madam Kenya Mbale, are the only one who I don't set my eyes on so far. When I look at the table for Salon, I know more seated as at this moment. And for Guinea, they are well represented. Represented here. Then get about 7 people in here. For Ghana as well, then get about 8 or so when I look through the table. And then you go on to Nigeria, get about 4 also at the table. And then you go around the hall, you see a lot of other representatives, and they are for Sierra Leone now, as at this moment, I only see the Minister of Planning. We don't take in seat, and I can't confirm as to whether maybe other ministers and go there around the building for coming. But it starts in the next 10 to 15 minutes as the chairperson will soon call the meeting to order, and we go just take on from that point, Marion.
Having a meeting of the Council of Ministers of ECOWAS means, say, they have to be deliberating on several issues, but you get any clue of key issues where they get for talk about inside this meeting, where go lead to the conference, the ECOWAS summit, rather, where would they expect?
Well, thank you very much. I think one of the things when I don't come and get for site on, they therefore discuss as ministers how they go able for work together for consolidate again in the community. At the ECOWAS community. That is going to be one of the main business, and how they able for corporate trade. Between the member states, and how we can able for work on many other things and ensure that bilateral relationship continue. But the key reason here is how they for able to work together as a team, as ministers of government from the different ECOWAS country member state or ensure, say, for example, if a minister come out now salon and go to another country, they're able for work well, they're able for coordinate together. That kind of coordination we going to happen. I don't understand them for sign also several memorandum of understanding between the 12 member states we represented here. We also get representatives from residents and Asidad from Togo. We get representatives from Sidad, Guinea-Bissau, and we also get representatives from the European Union as well. They are. So it's a very big meeting. In fact, as at this moment, the whole extremely don't feel now, and it just tells you that how crucial and how important this meeting be. So we go there for about an hour, and then the meeting now will be closed session. The opening will just last 1 hour, and then they will get in closed session. Inside, we expect them for sign majority of the agreements between themselves, Mario.
Okay, finally, how the atmosphere at Tanlek Nabinchumani Conference Center right now, considering security-wise and other, where events like this can happen, you can get 10 security and several other side events like entertainment go to happen outside the hall. But describe how they Tanlek at this moment.
Thank you. Well, the place is security watertight. That I will tell you. From the entrance, right from the Aberdeen turntable, and then take you drive for Camon. There are several checkpoints. I think we have about 3, and then the 4th one where they lead inside to the hall. In fact, it's not the new refurbished Bintumani Conference Center, and every day now. So, beside the meeting, they take place. The place is well organized, security 100% intact. And I tell you, in fact, they get different sessions. For today's session, if you don't even get the correct tag for come in, you will not be allowed. It means even though an ECOWAS member, if you not get the tag for attend this function today, then you'll not be allowed in the hall. Everything is going smoothly. Military personnel then there, police then there, security then from the Office of National Security there. I tell you, the coordination is going very smoothly. Now, waiting with the see now is acquaintances between the ministers them from different ECOWAS member states. And when you come in, you get to stop by for the final entry that they do and get electronics gadgets whether they check you in for say you not get any equipment or devices will cause problem in the hall. So security is well set here. Everybody's here, and the meeting will be called to order very shortly as they already announced on the podium.
Okay, thank you so much, Reginald, for we talk to we.
Thank you very much, Marion, Professor George, and we will continue to give family all information we will gather now so as the meeting will start shortly. Thank you, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, in name na Reginald Brian Ojukutusoya, and we colleague with the ground outside the 96th ordinary session of the ECOWAS Council of Ministers. The happen at the Bintumani Conference Center and make mention say ministers from across the 12 member states of ECOWAS will deliberate on several things them and sign memorandum of understanding regarding issues them we then think say the Hamburg the community so far. Quickly before peak calls, the All People's Congress Party once again scheduled the constituency election, citing security and logistical concern linked to the Salon upcoming, ECOWAS summits. Inside a statement where they put out the party national secretariat, confirmed that the election where they don't initially, plan for happen Saturday 18 July this year, go now happen Saturday 25 July this year across the country. And then say this decision follow one high-level meeting where then all Monday 13 July involving the Office of National Security, the Political Parties Regulation Commission, and the APC leadership. And during the meeting, they say ONS advised that they're not for a wise rather for conduct the election on the original date due to the unwise for conduct the election on the original date due to the heightened security and logistical demands we associate with the regional summits where they go on right now in the country. And is this a concern again, Mane, for the APC? It's like they don't postpone this election for like 3 times now, and party people always they ask questions as to why they keep postponing. Although this the last postponement, then get relevant reason as to why then they postpone them.
Yes, I think for this one, as you talk, it's relevant. It's unreasonable as well for make them postpone this particular election date to a subsequent one, where perhaps the public will know about. If the kind of delegates we will get in the country is very large, and so it means we can forget lots of security members them around. It will stretch the security sector, and so we need to pay maximum, give them maximum security where they come. So all our internal activities need to be put on hold. I feel say that's reasonable for security reasons. They need to be put on hold for now until after, and then all our activities can go back to normal activities. All our internal activities that will take place. And I think, as I said, this one also is reasonable for all the other ones. Then the APC don't they postpone. That's the internal party decision. They get right to the party decision, no matter waiting. People want to say it's if they are not ready, they are not ready. If they say they want to do the election and other things has come up, we go obstruct them. They can push them. It's their right. So, but for this one, I guess if family from group for understand, say it will stretch the security sector, and they're not for be stretched as we just the highlight from you interlude that they meet with ONS and other security sectors then for say make them postpone and force make the election not take place at the date where they say, and so now because of that, so I think for me it's reasonable.
Yeah, quickly, before I go to Toby, make we talk to San Nepo, we are the Director of Communication for EDSA. We say he want to respond to this public notice or press release where the National Consortium on Public Accountability put out regarding EDSA contract staff them way then say they on strike. We they get them on the phone, Usai go respond to this press release regarding this particular issue. So for a while, okay, we already get him on the phone. Sanepo, Director of Communication for the Electricity Distribution and Supply Authority, EDSA. Good morning, Nepo. Welcome to the show.
Good morning to Epic Radio.
Yes, Nepo, you go on for response to the press release as already on state we come out from the National Consortium on Public Accountability regarding, EDSA contract staff them way then say they on strike.
Thank you very much. It's just rather unfortunate that we get some media personalities, or I would say civil society activists, them we carry out or propel information we not correct. I vividly remember say yesterday the same civil society consortium then called me, and we just schedule a meeting for we meet today and probably answer some of the questions and more than one for the authority answer. I have to make them very clearly for say every element of message then put inside a particular press release is misinformation, it is deceitful and incorrect. Yes, of course, we know, so we get contract staff them, and then contract staff them, they don't deal with it, some not do it for a number of years. But as you know, I mean, most government institutions, even private sectors, they get people that they hire on contract basis. And they can hire them on contract basis as and when needed, and when they don't want them, they can drop them. If they need them in the future, they can employ them back. So now, yes, of course, we get contract staff them, and we don't pay them, because even in the press release, I talk say we not pay, we contract staff them. All contract staff effectively we don't pay them up to date. They are being paid by the authority, and the one that we need their services, they're still active. Then they work for it. The one that don't need their services, they are still not working. Within this current management, the board and the ministry don't do is that we don't come to a conclusion for say some of the contract staff them with them very, very efficient in their duties and responsibility. We try to see how best we will able to incorporate them into the mainstream of the authority. This is something the minister...
After they don't work for how many years? How many years then staff here will you make mention of the work for?
No, I tell you, see, they are hired, they are not permanent staff. They are hired
the contract staff, how long they don't work for EDSA as contract staff?
Well, I'm not going to tell you, you get some who don't work for 3-4 months, then you get some who, like I tell you can take, it depends on how you work schedule. Okay. You can take people them on contract basis, probably for 3 months. If you don't need them, you can drop them. If you need them after 4-5 months, probably you can call them back if they need a rise.
So the information about the 13 years, it dumbfounded?
Probably, I don't would say it's totally dumbfounded. Probably if the person they look at, somebody who don't get continued services. Sometimes they don't hire you for 3 months, you don't come work, you don't go back for another 6 months, you don't work for it. And then if a project come or job come, it's need you, then call you, you come, you work and pay you off. So this don't happen within the authority, because say we do what we call network expansion, we do network rehabilitation, we do a lot of projects within the Freetown distribution network and even the provincial operational areas. So they call people in for work as and when necessary if they need arise. So you can work. When you don't, then drop you go. So say we go for 1 year, work for it again and call you can't work. But what we don't do as a responsible institution from both the ministry and EDSA and the board is that, because we know say some of these contract staff them, they really submit the work, they don't learn based on the contract or they don't get overtime. We don't come to a conclusion for say, let we look at them, let we interview 3 of them and see the one that would really, really don't perform exceptionally well and wouldn't submit the job. Let we incorporate them, because we need for add to staff numbers, especially for the technical staff, the one who are in the field for attend to faults and look at customer needs and problems. So, I mean, we don't meet to them. Even yesterday we meet to them. This was the same message, the 3 of them, they really, really don't do. This was the message we would tell them. And even this consortium who put this press release, then called me yesterday, say, this is the situation. I said to know, there is no strike at EDSA, nobody can strike, everybody's working. If there is strike, we don't get access to the right now. There is power.
So you go ahead for ask them, outside and pull the information?
Of course. In fact, I asked them, but they tell me they don't want for let we meet one-on-one. We scheduled for meet today at 12. we schedule for me today. So it's just rather unfortunate that they don't call, they don't even try for verify the information we then get because it's not correct. Now they don't go public and begin misinform the people. We are not on strike. Our staff are working. If you want, the media can check our substations. We have substations right across the country. We are working. We are in the offices. No problem. Okay. Yes, of course, I know say contract staff them raise concern. You guys be concerned. Some of it is legitimate. Some of it not legitimate.
What are some of the concerns? What are some of the concerns we then raise?
I will tell you that some of them they don't carry out contract work for ETSA for a longer period.
For how long?
Come for 6. And I say they come for 3 months, 4 months, then go with the contract, do the project or the contract done. If another who come who need them, we can call them on board and come on contract basis. So we don't do this overtime based on how the project they come, based on how we need the needs and they come up. So I want to make a very clear to say one, we contractors are not on strike.
Okay.
And also I want to tell you, this staff they already mentioned that they are not permanent staff. Our permanent staff, they work on a 24-hour basis. Contract staff are hired to come and work for us and go. If we need them, we can call them back. Of course, we don't engage with some of the contract staff. They will know say they're very, very, very productive. They know the work they do and they're able to impact the authority. And because over time we don't get permanent staff, then we don't die, some don't retire, so the authority don't see the need for them. We think them contract staff them. Okay. We don't offer a productive job for the authority. We'll see if we can come with them and replace them when they don't die, we don't retire, and also if for add some of them at the list so that they will help to carry on with the job or they already on train on.
Okay.
So yes, of course, now I decide to make a little talk to her because that particular already let the public know contains that particular press release from that particular consortium. They don't talk with ETA, they don't validate them. It's not true. It's a calculated attempt to let them smear the image of the authority. It is not true. Our staff are out there working. Even as I speak, every credit we utilize ETA power is because our staff are working. So we are up, we are working. No strike at ETA. If there is a strike, you see me on TV and radio. Explaining to people why there is a strike. There is no strike. We don't engage the contract staff them or then raise concern and we'll be careful to resolve the problems then as they don't raise them.
Thank you so much, Sanepo, for we talk to you.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, that's the director of communication EDSA Sanepo will be the debunk, a press release will come out from the National Consortium on Public Accountability, who side and say EDSA contract staff them, they on strike action because of the needs them will then say not don't be met so far. Because of time, we will pick calls now. 079-994-993. We go first caller on the phone. Good morning.
My name side and the call from Central.
Yes, go ahead.
I want to call Labour Congress. Labour Congress na affiliate members na the members na the umbrella body of all trade union then na saloon. You get teachers union, you get artisanal, you get hotelers, I mean you name them all the one and the other body they na in the family. So if they work, join Labour, that union we join, you get that kind of issue there. The side way they go, not the ministry. We go to the ministry, you go put your case, then the commissioner will send people there for go investigate waiting now on a problem. But in the actual sense, like that kind of job wouldn't do so, they're supposed to join any of the union, they really own that, but not the Labour Congress, they look into the matter.
Okay, thank you. 079-994-993. Call and make your contribution regarding the issues where we don't discuss so far. Hello, you name also the call from.
Hello?
You name also the call from.
Pamusa the call that was that.
Yes, go ahead.
And what the time for talk about the power you interview so you know, he said them can call them and they are for can to contract them 4 months, 3 months. But why do they not employ them one thing? For let them have able to get
hello.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so now my point is this: why not they not employ them one time? That the man they done the job. At least they from 2 else and they did not this job.
Musa, you line bad this morning. You line bad. We know we'll continue with the call. 079 994 993. Hello, you name also you call from.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
My young President George.
Yes, good morning.
And I'm tough upset here.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, go ahead. Hello?
Yeah, you got me, my young?
I get you now, yeah.
Okay. I say the program so sensitive that always will pray God for another opportunity for stay epic. Okay. This issue where the bring come the connection with Sanepo, first of all, number one comment. Sanepo, na pastor afraid anytime issue day na any area and the pastor was seeing the problem call up any response. So I'm calling on that. This area of ETSA, mostly them guys are really employed. I see and then the problem. Then 2 months contract, 3 months. Somebody who don't get document benefits. And obviously we're going for BT on a party. Because I'm old at 3 months, you don't get benefits. You're not doing it. So I want to admonish Mr. Nepo. Next time, do Mr. Nepo. We're going to bring money away to the Ernest will do the job and let people in second suffer.
Okay.
In connection with lastly, President Koroma'S business. Do what do you the advice?
No, we're not discussing.
Bill,
we're not discussing.
Concentrate party will make a benefit now.
Thank you. Thank you. But
thank you very much.
Yes. More stick to the issues we'll discuss inside the second segment, yeah? 079-994-993. Hello, your name also the call for.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mariam President George.
Yes, good morning.
Papa contact the call from Obgon.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yes. What you mean they try for say? When you take person contract, you don't say you don't take me for contract for 1 month, 2 months. You don't say the contract done. As I don't so, you for pay me straight. Not to say if for say the wait, say. Sometimes all that problem they make this year issue. Because if you don't take contract for 1 month, 2 months, where the contract done, you don't pay me off. No need for that, go say, they don't pay me. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. We'll just pick 3 more calls and we wrap up. 079-994-993. Hello, your name also you call from. Hello?
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Bakar from Fume.
Bakar, go ahead.
I don't begin to see making it extra the several of the system with the beat and people and the chief light. If you should not watch the causes. One, the system where we work with all over and all the offices and a salon, a manual system. Most of that digital system. So if you need to go take people and you go employ them for 1, 2 months, 3 months, I don't say let people and they don't know on our system, don't go deep in our don't sabi on our system. Make them people there and they will tell you whether they know say the it's a permanent thing. They could even forget the secret of the system. So now you observe say ETSA, the system open. Because the one way they don't use 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, they study the system of ETSA. So thank you very much.
Thank you. 2 more calls, 079-994-993. Call and make your contribution regarding the issues we will don't discuss inside the second segment of the show. Hello.
Yeah, Mario, good morning. This is a bumper from St. John.
Go ahead.
You see, Mr. Nepo, let's be actual with the truth. St. John, take on Congo market. Now, 4 days we don't take so. We know the light. What's magic? My sister, light don't disturb me over 4 days now. And people know how St. John did. I may just eat. And look the type of business then we officially happen within the area. Let's know the 4 days now. Mama, na charge you to go charge. Now, no say na people in place now. We area, it's no good for we. And this area say for let the people and be permanent staff, it go good. For keep pushing for long, you they create different thing in the mindset. And where una get them people and una go work with them as a team. But in the pond, out of the pond to what work, you know they add dividend. It they create more losses for the institution. Thank you.
Thank you. One more call, but the press release also make mention of St. John as well. Outside and say the disruption, St. John, and we don't they suffer for prolonged lack of electricity. Anyways, more people last call. Hello, your name and outside the call from.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning. Your name outside the call from.
I didn't Musa, I did call for back of fan coverage.
Go ahead.
Mama, that can be who they be in the office, who do not have the someone not in the answer and we don't pass 4 or 5 years. You know, the time say that in a contract. It's not a contract. It's not a contract. It did not pass someone not pass 10 years. Then I said in a project and the count there. Even some of them, they use staff and they say, some man about 20 years, who said the country, who said and then I did and the no move, no nothing. But my real submission, no for now, you rope on my panty, we know the work of all water. All man know. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we don't pick any more calls. It seems as if the EDSA issue overshadow all of the other issues that we will discuss before we talk to Nepo on the phone. I'll start with Toby as a way of wrapping up.
Marion, may you almost one community we used to at some parts we blow the whistle follow we get lights. But I pass around region so lonely. I see activeness in EDSA, and for be honest, EDSA is there for change all of the polls them within from Lumley Junction to go up Sheriff Drive Regents Road. But still, the people in the community, they suffer for light. And you think I want to let some people understand the heavy wind where they blow during this rain season. I think there are some areas where EDSA can just be forced for put the lights them off. For there will not get casualties of fire incidents will happen. But that's not dispute the fact say their responsibility should not be taken. For me, we'll continue to talk the issues that matter because now one salon we get and salon big pass we all.
Thank you, Toby. Mane.
I want to say thank you to all the callers them. Till tomorrow we'll go on for continue for talk to again on other national issues there.
Okay, thank you, James Kamaramane and Mohamed Toby Kagbo, and thanks to everybody who make the show possible. DJ Allen Giwi, technical support inside the studio. Abubakar Bendu and Soyisi Semekona so live on Facebook and YouTube. The producers of the show are Fatmata Lebi and Reginald Brian Ojukutu Soya, executive producer Teresa Thomas. Until tomorrow, where we go to join you again for the final edition of the Epic Morning Show for this week. Marion Precious George say, do have a beautiful day and tata.